Good evening. We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to participate in this kind of behavior again.
Made contact with the defendant said he was coming from a bar. Law enforcement officer observed the defendant to have a strong odor of alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, and watery bloodshot eyes, disorientation, and unsteady balance. The defendant admitted drinking 2 beers. Standardized field sobriety tests were conducted. The officer witnessed 4 out of 6 clues on the HGN, and the defendant refused the one-leg stand and the walk turn. The defendant also refused breath and a blood warrant for his son and ex-son.
Got it. Any prior to the PIs?
No, Your Honor.
License?
License, I believe to be eligible.
Got it. Okay, Mr. Barras, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. Those are also part of your bond conditions. If you don't have one or either, then do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to give you time to hire a lawyer, so I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You'll get with Fleischer for your bond conditions. After that, you'll be free to go, sir. Please.
All right, Judge, next is page 4, Cardone. Barbara?
Let me turn the one on the computer.
I did, I just did. You want to check to see if that works? That's fine. And if you can still hear.
Okay, well, you couldn't hear me before.
What page? Vic?
Page 4.
Bottom 4.
Okay. Would you like a chair, ma'am?
No, I'm good. I'm okay. Thank you.
You are Miss Cardone?
I don't know where to get that. That was my maiden name. I'm Miss Cardone. I'm Miss Bosenberg.
How do I spell that?
Bosenberg. Bosenberg. Yeah.
That is your true name?
Yes.
Ms. Bosenberg, you're charged with a false or alarm or report. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Do you understand the charge?
And
It's making a false report or alarm. But we're gonna find out what happened right now. Please.
Thank you, Judge. On March 29th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, the law enforcement officer was dispatched to a call for service and made contact with the defendant who stated that her neighbors took pictures of her in the nude when she got out of the shower. The defendant did not offer any proof of her claim, and the law enforcement officer had previously responded to other calls for service involving the defendant making false reports. The defendant has called 911 for law enforcement officer to respond approximately 10 times in a 3-month period. None of the reports being verified.
Sorry, I was doing things. Can you start from the beginning again?
Yes, Your Honor. On March 29th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a call for service and made contact with the defendant who stated that her neighbors took pictures of her in the nude when she got out of the shower. The defendant did not offer any proof for her claim, and the law enforcement officer believed the claim to be false and had previously responded to other calls for service involving the defendant making false reports. The defendant has called 911 for law enforcement officers to respond approximately 10 times over a 3-month period, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Rosenberg, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Let me appoint you a lawyer now so we can figure out how to go from here. The only bond condition I'm going to place on you now is do not call 911 unless it's an actual emergency, okay? For now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while I find you a lawyer, okay? Deputy Miranda will help you out.
Go ahead, sign for your reset. All right, Judge, next is page 5, Deshawn Brandon.
Did we get Cerna? Do you know?
No, Judge.
Perhaps Monday, maybe? I'd like to look them up. You know,
Yeah.
we'll look them up.
Okay. Have a seat in the very bottom.
You are Mr. Deshawn? Sir, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Your Honor, I apologize, maybe sure.
Deshawn is D-E-S.
Your Honor, on March 27, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle make an improper turn, nearly causing an accident with the vehicle turning next to him by turning into the wrong lane. The defendant then traveled 88 miles per hour in a 50-mile-an-hour zone and made an unsafe lane change while speeding.
That's it?
Yes, Your Honor. The information, the charging instrument alleges that
Come on.
the reckless driving is based on a willful and wanton disregard for the safety of persons by driving more than 35 miles over the posted speed limit.
Do this. I'm going to take more time with yours. Just take a seat for me in the jury box so we don't forget about you, Mr. Deshawn. I'm not ready to make a ruling on this yet. Grab your stuff. Just hang tight with me. Can you point him somewhere real quick?
Yes. Next, Judge, we have page 12. Todd, come on up.
Spring cleaning challenge kickoff. Sorry.
I didn't hear.
What's your last name, ma'am?
Hodge.
Hodge. Okay. You're Ms. Barr?
I am, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Hodge. Ma'am, you're charged with resisting arrest or search. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Your Honor, on March 30th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle traveling 55 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone and made a traffic stop. Upon contact with the defendant became irate and demanded the law enforcement officer's name and badge number before answering a FaceTime call and becoming distracted. The defendant advised that her driver's license was expired and that she only had a passport. Vehicle registration was also expired. The law enforcement officer asked the defendant to step out of the vehicle and the defendant ignored the commands. The law enforcement officer then opened the defendant's door and again ordered the defendant to step out of the car and informed her she was under arrest for interfering with public duties. The law enforcement officer then removed the defendant from the driver's seat and forced the defendant to the ground. After being detained, the defendant refused to get into the back of the law enforcement officer's vehicle and began to kick out towards the deputies. In the process, the defendant struck the law enforcement officer in both thighs several times. The law enforcement officer was eventually able to force the defendant into the
Did she get charged with assault on the peace officer?
No, Your Honor, she did not.
Very lucky. Extremely lucky that you're not charged with 2 additional felonies. Ms. Hodge, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. So can you run her license, see if she has a valid license, please? If you do not have a Texas driver license and a liability insurance in your name, you're not allowed to drive, and I will make that a condition of your bond. When you get into a pissing match with people who have the power of arrest, who wins? Right. Take that into account. A lot of times, something like this ends up in a ticket, you know?
She's not eligible.
Okay, you're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition, and you're now going to sign an affidavit with me today, which is a promise that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. There's no justification you can give for driving. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 people. Do not drive. If you want to drive, go get a license, get insurance, and I will happily take this restriction off. That's the only condition I'm placing on you now. Don't drive unless you have those, and then you get approval from us. Because you have a lawyer, Ms. Hodge, I will waive your appearance. meaning you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Ms. Barnes. She'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If she tells me she cannot get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're not responding to phone calls or text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest as well. Okay, so I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive, and after that, you guys are out of here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, but next is page 6. Dunlap, come on up.
You're going backwards.
Your turn. Page 6, Judge, this one was an OPC by the magistrate.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not going to do anything with it. It's already been no PC.
Okay.
Okay.
Expecting a nolly.
I don't know. I mean, just take a seat here, ma'am. We'll get with them, see if they're going to follow this. Will you guys take a look at Dunlap to see if that's something that you guys would dismiss or not?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know if it's with DVD or not, because it could be.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please.
All right, Judge, next is page 10, Garcia, Luis.
You are Luis Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Garcia, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On March 30th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched a welfare check on a vehicle and found the vehicle clearly stopped on the right-hand shoulder. Upon contact with the defendant, the law enforcement officer observed red, glossy eyes and the odor of alcoholic beverage. Defendant admitted to consuming 10 beers at a bar before operating his vehicle. On the Friday test, the law enforcement officer witnessed 6 out of 6 clues in the HDN, 5 out of 8 on the walking to, 3 out of 4 on one leg step. Defendant consented to a breath test and blew. I believe this to be an error in the Your Honor, but it says 0.016 and 0.0156. I believe it to mean.
Wait, it should be one.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know. I mean, you can look in the OR, I guess, just to see. Regardless, I think there's enough to go forward. Mr. Garcia, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you run his license, please? And does he have any priority to be honest?
Yes, Your Honor. No priority to this, and he is eligible.
Thanks. Mr. Garcia, like I said, I'm finding probable cause. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you to see. If I find that you're consuming, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, sir?
I have one already. I'll probably one. I think she was on Zoom. She's gonna Zoom, Romero Associates.
Oh, Rodriguez, Carlos.
Oh, Carlos. Ms. Broholm, are you here for a case?
Judge, I'm here for the non-disclosure. It's in your queue. I approached you on it on Monday. You said you granted, but we had a filing issue, so I refiled it.
Okay, I'll sign it. But okay,
Thank you, Judge.
yep. Okay, so I guess let's do this. I'm gonna have you sign a reset. I'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond condition, then we'll just have you wait for your lawyer to get here, okay? Don't leave until they get here though, please.
All right, Judge, next is page 12. Oh, no, wait, that's not turn it. Page 15, Jordan, come on up. Oh, I didn't sign it.
Good morning, Mr. Jordan. So you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 27, 2025, an officer was working a second job at Dick's Sporting Goods in Harris County, Texas, and was approached by the store manager, the witness. This advised the officer that the defendant walked into the store with another individual, and the witness advised the officer the other individual with the defendant walked out of the store without paying for any merchandise. The complaining witness stated he wanted the defendant to trespass because the defendant was seen on camera attempting to cover the individual while the individual was stealing merchandise. The officer stopped the defendant at the front entrance of the store, and the officer stated the defendant would be trespassing the store. The defendant became irate and more aggressive. The officer ordered the defendant to place his hands behind his back and placed handcuffs on the defendant's right wrist. The defendant twisted his body and tensed his muscles. The defendant, with a great amount of force, threw his left arm forward and threw his left arm backwards towards the officer. The officer attempted to gain control of the defendant's left arm. The defendant began pulling away, and the officer grabbed the defendant's body with both arms and guide the defendant toward a rack where the officer was able excuse me, Your Honor, tongue twister, where they were able to detain the defendant. The defendant was identified by his Texas driver's license.
What's he under arrest for?
I believe he was under arrest for trespass originally, Your Honor.
No.
We have.
You gotta, you,
Yes, Your Honor. We just have a brief moment.
are you losing? Are you losing?
Your Honor, the only thing I have is that the suspect began acting irate and clearly becoming more aggressive, and then the officer went to detain the suspect by grabbing his right wrist.
No. All right. When you get into a pissing match with the people who have the power of arrest, who's going to win every single time? You know what I mean? Every single time. Sometimes it's better to tuck your tail at times because you may end up winning in the long run. I'm going to find no probable cause in the case. Just be careful, man. I probably wouldn't go back to the sticks because it's not going to go well. You know what I mean? All right, hang tight.
All right, Judge, next is page 22. Soto, come on up.
Your Honor.
Please. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. It's a new case, Your Honor.
Yeah.
What's the name? Well,
22.
22. Okay.
Soto.
Good morning, Ms. Soto. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. On or about March 27, 2025, law enforcement officer spoke with another officer who was dispatched to a crash on the Southwest Freeway in Harris County, Texas. Officer stated that upon arrival, he observed the defendant who was standing outside of the defendant's motor vehicle. The officer stated they observed the odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant's person, and the defendant stated they had a few drinks. Law enforcement officer met with the defendant, who was later identified by her Texas driver's license. The defendant stated the motor vehicle from the crash was her vehicle and that she was driving. The motor vehicle is also registered to the defendant. Law enforcement officer observed red glossy eyes, a mild odor of alcoholic beverage, and agitation on the part of the defendant. The defendant stated she was driving on the service road on the Southwest Freeway, and the defendant's tire was like it was bent on the axle. The defendant said she did not know if she struck a curb. The defendant said she got off work and went to a restaurant and then drank 3 margaritas at the restaurant.
So she's driving on a axle that's bent due to,
I don't.
or I guess at the time the officer gets there, she's already stopped,
Yes, Your Honor.
but she had been driving.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Student said she was heading home when this occurred. And Sarah's foot spray tests were conducted. The law enforcement officer witnessed the test excluding the HGN. 4 to 8 on the walking turn. 3 to 4 on the one leg stand. The defendant refused a breath specimen and was transported to JPC where a blood warrant was executed and blood draw.
Any priority DPIs?
No, Your Honor.
License?
Eligible.
Thank you. Ms. Soto, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. Do you understand? You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. If you have both, then you may continue to drive, but don't use. It's not going to go well, and don't pick up a new case. Do you understand? You have great lawyers. Listen to them. They'll take care of you. And then I'm going to waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but stay in touch with them and they'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. For now, I'm going to have you go sign a reset with Victoria. We'll get you with Fleischer for your bond conditions, then you guys are free to go.
Your Honor.
Tell Juan that I'm at an abject loss that he's not here.
He had a federal selling, Your Honor, so yeah.
Always does.
But I'll tell him that.
Tell him.
His appearance was missed.
Please. Thanks.
All right. Ms. Soto, go ahead and sign for your reset. All right, Judge, next is page 15. Lee, come on up.
Omar.
Morning, Judge.
Hey, bud, I got your motion to sub and I signed it.
Okay, I was actually approaching regarding a different matter.
Is it on docket today?
No, it's not.
Okay, do me a favor. Let me blow through the arraignments and then I'll get back with you, huh?
Okay, no
But
problem.
will you chat me your cell phone, chat me the cause number, and then as soon as I'm done, I'll hit you up so you don't have to wait,
All right, thank you, Judge.
please. What page?
Judge, page 15.
Okay.
Lee.
All right, good morning, Miss Lee. Ma'am, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. On June 16th, 2023, a law enforcement officer conducted an investigation and made contact with the complaining witness. The complaining witness stated she was in the leasing office at an apartment complex when the defendant entered after she was given a criminal trespass warning. The defendant was yelling during business hours while the complaining witness had future residents in the lobby and office. The law enforcement officer issued a written criminal trespass on June 2nd, 2023. The defendant stated she understood the criminal trespass warning at the time. The law enforcement officer attempted to make contact with the defendant who refused to answer the front door, but yelled she was not going to open the door unless the law enforcement officer had a warrant. The defendant was identified by her.
Does she live there?
Yes.
I do not have any facts that demonstrate that in the officer's sworn statement.
Okay, so let's do this. Miss Lee, I'll appoint you a lawyer today so we can get to the bottom of it, and then I can make a ruling a little bit later. What I'll have you do is I'll just have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat. Let me appoint you a lawyer, and then we'll have them investigate a little bit further, okay? Please.
Get this way.
Judge, can you sign bond conditions on downbeat?
Yeah.
All right, Judge, next is page 18. Robino, Kevin? Okay, come on up. Go ahead and sign the receptions.
Okay, what page was it again?
Bottom of 18.
Thanks. Good morning, Mr. Robichaud. Sir, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. So,
Thank you, Judge. On March 29th, 2025, the officer was advised, an officer was advised that the defendant exited a Target store with approximately $100 scooter, passing all points of sale without attempting to pay for it. The officer arrived at the store location and was advised the defendant placed a scooter in the rear of his motor vehicle and drove away from the scene. The officer initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle and detained the defendant. The officer observed the scooter in the back of the vehicle. The officer confirmed the scooter was stolen by contacting the complaining witness. And the officer identified the defendant by entering his name, date of birth, and used a prior booking photo to match the offense.
Can you run his license, please? See if he has a license.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's expired, sir.
Stop.
Silent, Your Honor.
Mr. Robichaux, I'm going to have you sign an affidavit for me today promising that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care what you need to do. I don't care what the kid has to go. They got to go to the hospital. You're not allowed to drive unless you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car. Do you understand?
Sir.
I'm also ordering you from going to any Target whatsoever, anywhere.
I do have a valid insurance. I need to renew my license. Absolutely. I agree.
If you have valid insurance, but you still don't have a license, that valid insurance is squat because you don't have a license.
Sir, I understand. I know I made a mistake. Yes, sir. Huh?
You have the ability to hire a lawyer.
No, sir, not at the moment.
Brandon's going to give you an application. I'm going to have you fill it out and I'll see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you. We are going to make bond conditions for you not to go to any Target. You're going to sign it. Do not pick up a new case. Do not endanger my city. Otherwise, I'm going to make your bond so high. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Don't pick up any new cases.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, sir.
All right, head on over there and then we'll have you fill everything out, sir.
Okay.
Can you
All right.
file,
No driving.
no going down the Target, please.
No driving.
No Targets, anywhere.
Here's at the bottom, it says that defendant, there's no driving.
Next judge is age 19,
And they got it.
Rogers.
I'm assuming they got it back, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Top of 19.
Oh,
Two different defendants.
we know Miss Rogers well. Miss Rogers, you're now charged yet again with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
You're on June 18th, 2023, law enforcement officer dispatched upon arrival met with a playing witness who is the stepfather of the defendant. The playing witness states that the defendant was on property on June 18th after knowing she was not allowed to be there for previous criminal trespass warning the nation. The playing witness stated that the defendant had been on the property previously and verbally and physically aggressive. The playing witness stated that this incident, doorbell rang. And the plaintiff answered, and the defendant was standing there. The plaintiff was told the defendant she was not allowed to be there. The defendant stated she was not trespassing and was there to see her children. The plaintiff stated no. Sorry, there was, I apologize. There wasn't at the time, there was a court order stating the defendant is not to be near her children during an open child protective services, investigation.
So the children are still there.
Well, Your Honor, this was from 2023, so I'm not sure about the current situation, but the children were in the home at the time.
Any drugs or alcohol that we should know about?
No, Your Honor, no allegations from what I see.
This has been an ongoing battle we've been having for 3 years now. I'm sending you now for a drug and alcohol test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your body, and you're to come right back. I'll appoint your lawyer today. You're not to go back to their house. If I find that you do, you know what's going to happen. I'm putting a monitor on your ankle so I know where you are at all times. Do you understand this, Rogers? I'm not going to play this game with you again. We've been through this round and round and round and round, and I'm at my peak. Do you understand? Okay, take a seat, Remy.
Judge, should you want to know contact as well?
Yeah, she's no contact, not to go within 1,000 feet of where they live or where they work. No weapons
Yes, Judge. And drug custody?
right now.
Yes, Judge. Next, Judge, council is approaching
Okay, you
for
ready?
case 11, bottom of 11.
Okay. Hi, how are you? Good, good. You have Mr. Guarchaj?
That's correct. Yes,
Is that
sir.
right? Okay,
Go and bring him up.
please. Have you filed an attorney of record?
Noah really should have brought one this morning. And he could not make it to court, unfortunately, so he asked me.
Oh, tell Noah hello. Been a while since we've seen him. Oh, he has filed it. I see it. Okay.
So he's gonna read.
Nomás para leer la razón de factoría. Ponla leer la razón de factoría, no se escucha texto, yo te lo voy a explicar en español.
Okay,
No se escucha.
okay.
You are Mr. Guarchaj.
Watch out.
Yes,
You were charged with racing on a highway. You were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On March 30th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was informed of a group of modified vehicles were going to be racing on the West Loop South Freeway. The law enforcement officer, with the location observed vehicles traveling in a pack and began to trail the vehicles. Law enforcement officer witnessed 4 vehicles line up side by side at match speeds of 60 miles an hour and then simultaneously accelerate to speeds over 100 miles an hour. 3 of the vehicles that lined up and participated in the second drag race. A traffic stop was initiated and the defendant stated that he was only speeding.
Do we have any of the co-defendants?
We do not, Your Honor. I believe
Who's the only one?
individual was detained on the traffic stop from another officer.
Do you mind running his license, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I do not currently have a driver's license. So take it to me.
Mr. Guarchaj, you are not allowed to drive. I am putting this condition on you now, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, if you become a danger to my community, I'm going to put you in jail. I don't know if you're in this country with permission, but if you're not, and you go to jail and immigration finds you because they sweep it daily, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with, and then you get shipped off to immigration. That's usually about a 6 to 9 month process. Do you understand?
¿Lo entiende? ¿Entiende? Yes, sir.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with them. I'm absolutely serious when I mean no driving. I don't care what your excuse is, sir. If I find that you get into a car and drive, and I don't care if it's to the little Piggly Wiggly, it's not going to go well for you. I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. We'll have you sign a reset. And after that, you'll be out of here, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please.
Have a wonderful day.
There's another Spanish que lo vas a operar dentro de las dos licencias de negocio. Y nos vas a brindar el 17 caso de I'm just going to follow the Page 10, Garcia, Melvin, come on up.
Oh, we're good.
No, that'll be good.
It's used to.
Thursday. Where's their?
Yeah.
Can
I get one?
7, 6, 9,
Buenos días. Nomás escucho el paso. Nomás escuché el paso y yo lo voy a interpretar.
It's at the bottom of page 10. Mr. Garcia, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine because of the high blow. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On February 2nd, 2023, law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop.
Remember, she's translating, so.
Yes, sir.
I can give up. I'm good. I'm
Well,
good.
just
I'll let you know.
I'll see you the best.
Thank you.
An officer conducted a traffic stop stating that the defendant had failed to maintain a single lane and had been swerving from lane 1 to lane 2 on a busy road. Another officer arrived on scene and saw the defendant failing to maintain balance. The defendant stated he had 5 beers and was not an English speaker. The defendant was asked whether he was under the influence of these substances and stated he had 2 tequila drinks at his friend's house and consented to a standardized field sobriety test. Those field sobriety tests were completed at the Newport jail. Results of which the officer saw 6 out of 6 inclusions on HGN, 6 out of 8 on walk and turn, 2 out of 4 on one leg stand. The officer read the DIC 24 in Spanish, and the defendant consented to the arrest. The results of which were 0.179 and 0.191. The defendant later changed his story and stated he had 4 tequila drinks and was on the way home after picking.
Run his license, please. Does he have any prior DWIs as well?
I do not believe any prior DWIs, and I do not believe he has a license. It's not eligible.
Mr. Garcia, your case is 560 days old. You have been gone a very long time. Because of that nature, I'm now going to put an ankle monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. And I'm going to tell you now, if you ever take off on me again, I will make your bond so high you're going to have hair falling out. You're not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication, and I'm going to test you. If I find that you're consuming, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? You were also ordered not to drive. You do not have a driver's license, therefore do not drive. That is about the worst possible thing you can do. You will be signing an affidavit with me today. This is a promise you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what you have to do in your life. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Okay, so it's a true Wisconsin thing. Mr. Garcia, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No.
I need you to fill out an application for me and I will take a look at your finances. I need to know everything about you, what kind of cars you have, whether you have a house, how much money you have at the bank, if you work, how much money you make, if any other sources of income, I need to know everything about you. Don't just put zeros because I'm going to send it right back to you. I truly need to know everything that you make and I'll take a look at it. As it stands, you ever take off on me again, it's really going to go bad for you. Come on. It's a GPS today.
All right, Judge, next is case 21, Serna Jonathan.
Morning, Mr. Cerna. Sir, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
Yes, sir.
On March 28, 2025, an officer was in the process of serving a capital murder warrant on a suspect in Harris County, Texas. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who was identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the officer's perimeter, got out of their motor vehicle and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The officer's supervisor ordered the defendant to stop and stay right there. The defendant refused and continued to ignore officers while walking towards the residence. The officer supervisor ordered the defendant to step back multiple times and then grabbed the defendant and took him to the ground.
Him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was he the capital murder suspect?
No, Your Honor.
I live there.
Stop.
Oh, sorry, sir.
I believe that they were in the process of serving a warrant on someone else at the residence, and that's when they came in contact with the defendant. Ordered him to stop. He refused to stop going towards the residence. Your Honor.
They served the warrant. What ended up happening?
Looks like after refusing commands, there was a brief struggle where he was detained.
Was the murder suspect there?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. It does not say. I have no further facts that show if the warrant was complete on the warrant or not, Your Honor, or completed at the time. I just believe they were in the process and believed him to be at the residence, and that's when this incident occurred.
Read it again, if you don't mind.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 28, 2025, the law enforcement officer and Squad 5 of the Houston Police Department's gang division served a capital murder warrant for a suspect observed inside a truck at a nearby residence. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who is identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the perimeter, got out of the vehicle, walked to the sidewalk, and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The supervisor then ordered the defendant to stop and to stay right there. The defendant refused and continued ignoring officers and walking towards the residence. The supervisor ordered him to step back multiple times, but the defendant was once again ignored the officers. The law enforcement officer grabbed the defendant and made him off balance and ground.
Okay, so now, but when you first started, you said they were going to a capital murder suspect in a car.
Yes, Your Honor. That's what. So I was originally reading the summary, and I'm going straight from the gems now, Your Honor. It looks like the suspect was observed inside a truck at a nearby residence.
So the suspect is not even in the residence. No.
Then they later state that there was that the suspect, that the defendant here was walking towards the residence where the murder suspect was. I'm not sure, Your Honor. I have nothing for that.
I find no probable cause in your case. Just be careful, man. When you get into a pissing match with
I understand.
who's going to win?
They are. I understand.
No.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hand it,
All right. Did that?
please.
Judge, the arraignments we have left, we're waiting on the attorneys to show up.
Okay.
So Johnson, we're done for now. If anybody needs to approach. Johnson, Jonathan? Yes.
Hey, you ready?
Yeah.
I am here on Destiny Drake Osby. Yesterday, you ordered that she appear today. I was appointed last Friday. She caught a new ag assault family member in another court.
No.
She is in court eight's holdover right now.
Do you mind bringing up please?
Last name is Drake hyphen Osby. The case before you, like I said, it was recently appointed a week ago today. It looks like the arrest was the following day for whatever this new thing is.
This is for the,
Well, no, the new law violation that she caught in felony
let's,
court.
hold on before, because I want her to hear.
Gotcha.
Johnson, Jonathan?
Yeah, while they're doing that.
You're gonna go over there, check the message, go over everything, so you answer the questions they have, and then the rest of the questions. And you're done with this. And then I check that. All right, so that's it, you're free to go. I'm just make sure you're back. Yes. Barasa?
Yes, sir. Quickly, Judge. This is an off-docket matter, Judge, of importance, however. My client, Jessica Razor, is currently on bond for assault of a family member. Husband is the CW. There's a magic protective order preventing her from having any contact with him, going within 200 feet of where he resides or where he works. They have a child. He is trying to see if he can set up a means where he can go see that child, but she cannot talk to him. She cannot talk to his mother. My question is there a way that we can have her to talk to her lawyer to see if her lawyer can talk to the complaining witness?
Yeah, I mean, that's okay, as long as they're not in direct communication, but if it's through the lawyers, of course.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Judge. Okay.
I'm in shock. On bond for DWI with us, and you've now picked up an aggravated assault of a family member. You might dismiss Drake Osby. What happened in the ag assault, please?
Yes, Your Honor. On April 1st, 2020. As first specified, the plaintiff was the defendant are exes from a prior dating relationship. On April 1st, 2025, an officer was dispatched to an address in Houston County, Texas, responsible for disturbance call. The complainant stated there was a verbal altercation when the defendant took the complainant's cell phone. The defendant then entered the bedroom and began striking phone and objects to break it. The complainant was able to retrieve his cell phone, at which time the defendant began to strike the complainant in the head and torso with a closed fist, causing him to fall on the ground. The complainant was able to walk away, and the defendant grabbed a metal object and struck the complainant in the head and arm, causing 2 lacerations on his left eye and a laceration on his right eye, and multiple scratches on both arms. The defendant then jumped a fence and fled the scene. The object was a solid metal bracket, 12 to 16 inches in width, made of heavy gauge steel designed to hold 2 cylindrical metal tubes and has multiple sharp triggers. The item is manufactured for law enforcement officer use as a mounting or deployment device for entire deflation.
And all this over a phone? Ms. Drake Osby, I now have to revoke your bond in our case as well. I'm sorry, so I'm gonna set it at 5,001. You've still not made bond on the felony case, so if you do, I mean, we can talk, but okay. So John, I think he's set for when? She's set for
5/14, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Okay, do you want to do, I guess, the day after then?
Let me look at one other thing, Judge. Well, I think the felony is actually set for Monday. Our case before this one was caught up was when she was reset for 5/14.
It's up to, I'm good with whatever you want to.
I'm actually looking, I don't have any new discovery to look over because this case is so new. There weren't even any body cams for me, so I'm pretty much waiting on everything. I'll leave it where it is and I'll monitor things and see what's going on with the felony case, Judge.
All right. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Yeah, approach again, Judge. The order states that she cannot interact with the complaining witness, neither personally or through a third person. She wants to know, will you allow her mother to drop off the kid?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, okay.
Come on, Joseph, I'll hit you up next.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, who do you have?
Jesus Montez, he's here.
Come up, Mr. Montez. Do you speak English?
Yes. Okay, yes. Got it. Thanks.
You are on bond for an assault in this case, and you've now picked up a new case. What happened to the violation of protective order, please?
Yes, Your Honor. On March 18th, 2025, Harris County Texas officer met with the witness for a BPO call for service. The officer met with the plaintiff when he filed with the defense center learning text messages and called her 21 hours. Plaintiff said calls for 1 day after the 61-day protective order expired. The defendant has a no contact order in place out of 45.
You don't get it. You don't get it. I only have one thing to do. I'm sorry, I'm revoking your bond, putting you in jail. I ordered you not to do something and you're doing whatever you want to do. Doesn't work like that. There are serious consequences. Goes with you.
Who is this, Judge?
This is Montez.
Did you want another motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm putting a new MOA on him, and I'm going to advise him that if he violates it again, we'll have a hearing to hold him at no bond. Okay? Because the second one, I can have a hearing. I will only touch the assault case, and I'm going to put it at 5,001. He is made bond on the VPO.
He was given a PR.
They gave him a PR bond on the VPO. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to keep the PR bond on the VPO as well. Just.
Well, Judge, there were multiple orders in this case for bond conditions, and the one that ordered no contact was not labeled in order in the computer, so I didn't see it. There was another one that was no threatening or harassing, and a third one, and it was blank, and all it said was all conditions to be supervised by the department.
That means they're following the conditions in the state's motion filed on that same day.
Say it again.
Oh.
That
right.
order will mean that they're supposed to be following the conditions in the state's motion that are filed on the same day as that transporter.
Tell him ad nauseum, I'll leave the VPO as is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm putting a new protective order in today, and I'll advise him that he's not to have contact with this person. And if he does again, I'll have a hearing to hold him at no bond. Okay. So yeah, the VPO, he's made bond 2,500 and I'm gonna, at the assault, I'm putting it at 5,001. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
Putting the VPO at 25.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm only revoking the first case. Joseph,
Yes, sir.
hey, what's your guy's name again?
It's Cesar Torres Reyes, Judge.
Is Torres Reyes? Come up. Have you had a chance to speak to him yet, Joseph?
I did, Judge. I spoke to him about, what occurred in order to get him removed from the program. He told
Okay.
me.
Hi.
He did complete IOP, SOP, the Victim Impact Panel, and the DWI education course. However, there was a pattern of skip test from December all the way up until January 26th. He admitted to using alcohol 3 times after he completed treatment. So that's why they removed him.
You were out. They've now kicked you out of the PTI program. You need to make a decision today what you want to do. You must either accept a plea bargain agreement from the state or we will set your case for trial today. I'll let you go outside, speak to Joseph to see what you want to do. Do you have offers on this case now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What are they?
There's a previous time served offer, Your Honor,
Okay.
that's still on the case. Actually, that was drawn up by C.
Oh, who's needed?
Would likely, I just have a minute to look at it, Your Honor.
Take your time, no rush. Let's go outside. We'll have you talk to your lawyer and then we'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm okay with these guys still want to offer,
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, may I be excused to call him?
Yeah, go. And then just come back and let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, it's free. Hi.
C-O-R.
Yeah, yes.
I spoke to him. It doesn't sound like his existing attorney is taking these cases. And I already talked to the state, and it seems like they have some worked out with the felonies in connection with these misdemeanors, like the global offense.
Okay, I need to. Well, he picked up a new case, so I'm gonna end up revoking the bond on the DWI.
Okay, he said we got this thing. Okay,
And then, he's set for Monday.
yeah, he said he's taking a plea on Monday, and then they have notes that he'll.
This is gonna be like a global,
Yeah.
okay. Do you want to just set it for the day after then?
Yes,
And see
I do.
whether that happens? Okay. So, yeah, absolutely. But I am gonna end up revoking the
Okay. Do you
DWI.
need to see him?
I don't, I'm good if you don't. Yeah, so 5,001
On the,
on the DWI.
okay,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
on the deal.
Gee, yeah, don't,
Is that recording?
yeah, it's just we're only doing it on the DWI. The new case, leave as is.
Yes.
Wait, no, shit.
He's still gonna keep that attorney.
I can't do them because you're not the attorney of record on the DWI. And I called Ms. Basie, she'd never replied to me.
Judge, and I sent an email.
So you're not gonna.
No, Judge, but when I make a request, they gave her both cases.
But that's a hired lawyer. We can't just get rid of the hired lawyer.
I mean,
I
no,
can't.
no, I understand, but I still wanted her attached because I knew it was a DVR on the original.
I know, nevertheless, though, what can't just, so,
So when the next two fellows in, when was he originally scheduled? Because she'll be here for them.
I don't know. I've been reaching out to her. She's not responding. So let me reach out again. Give me, after I speak to them, I'll reach out to her now. I'm sorry. I thought that you were on the DWI as well, but you're not, so I can't do anything on that because it's a hard case. Okay, hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Pretty good. You? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Judge, I'm here on Cindy Guardado, first appearance.
Hey, you right?
So Your Honor, DWI, I know the state filed for bond conditions. She blew over, she fully
I don't
cooperated.
know anything about it.
Okay,
We have to do arraignment. We haven't even done the
okay.
arraignment.
Am I doing, I need to step down or?
Yeah, because we have to do the arraignment.
Okay, I didn't
first.
know, I'm sorry.
No, 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 it's okay.
Jumped the gun. All right.
Cindy Guardado, come up.
Cindy?
Do you need
Judge.
a translator?
No, Judge.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. I'm sorry, no, it's elevated to a class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. So you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
And Judge, if it matters, I'll waive that. I've read it.
I want to know if
Okay.
just there are any aggravating
Yes, sir.
circumstances, because I have a lot of times where people have booze in the car and that makes a huge difference.
Sure,
for me.
sure.
So-
Gotcha.
On March 29, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a crash and made contact with the defendant. Law enforcement officer observed the defendant had glossy eyes, mild odor of alcoholic beverage, and displayed balance. The defendant admitted drinking 2 or 3 drinks in the bar prior to driving, and stated he should continue to make a U-turn and should crash her vehicle into a fire hydrant. A witness stated that he saw the defendant sitting in her car behind the wheel after she crashed into the fire hydrant. SFSCs were conducted, where the law enforcement officer observed 6 out of 6 clues on the HGN, 7 out of 8 on the walking turn, and 3 out of 4 on the long stand. The defendant consented to a breath test and blew .182 on both tests.
Any prior DWI?
No, Your Honor.
License?
I believe license is eligible.
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. Do you understand? How many people do we have to continually put in jail because they keep violating conditions? I'm not asking much. Just don't use, stay in contact with your lawyer, and don't drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and insurance in your name. Those are your bond conditions as well. Do you understand? Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but just stay in touch with Mr. Burns and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court.
All right,
That's
thank
it.
you so much, Judge.
Okay.
I appreciate
All
it.
right, guys, please.
Sure. On that says, you gonna say revoke this assault with AFM to 5,000? So let me just, let's take up the details.
Yes.
And then on the BPO, we have the PR bond, you want
Just,
to yank it?
no, just leave.
Just leave it? Okay.
Yeah, just leave. Okay. Who's working? Ready?
Yes, Rich.
Hi.
Good morning. I'm here on Estrada, Mr. Estrada.
Okay. You mind bringing him up?
And Your Honor, he has a bond violation. He picked up an evading on foot.
You are on bond for a DWI. You've now picked up a new case. When is it going to? Let's go through your history, shall we? From 07, reckless driving, suspended license 12, suspended license, assault, VPO, felony continuous, endangering a child, ag assault, reckless driving, now a DWI. And while you're on bond for DWI, you've picked up now evading arrest. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Please.
Thank you, Your Honor. On March 30th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer witnessed the defendant recklessly turn and nearly strike the law enforcement officer's vehicle. The law enforcement officer initiated a traffic stop and the defendant evaded, as the dem stated, the defendant evaded for 150 yards in the vehicle before being stopped. He couldn't go any further due to a valet parking lot. The defendant then exited his vehicle and fled on foot for 200 feet before being detained by the law enforcement officers.
So he almost hit someone. He's driving.
It looks like he almost hit the law enforcement officer.
So they attempt to pull him over
Yes, Your
and
Honor.
he takes off. He gets out of the car and takes off.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did we have a no driving affidavit on this case? Do you know?
No, Judge, but we can have a condition, don't drive unless you valid insurance license.
Does he have a valid license?
I'm rerunning it now, Your Honor.
I don't know. If he doesn't, I don't know how how we don't have a no driving affidavit.
Your Honor, I believe this number to be incorrect. It's coming back. The number in here is coming back as eligible average for a different name and shows that whoever had this number was reported deceased. So whatever driver's license number, that's right, Your Honor. I can see the picture now. This is an incorrect driver's license number that I have.
Mr. Estrada, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now revoking your bond on the DWI. It goes with you. I'm now taking you into custody, and I don't know what I need to do to get your attention. Hopefully this is it, but all I want are my streets to be safe. And it's over to the tune of now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Goes with you.
Your Honor, if I'm able to find a bondsman this morning, would you allow a walkthrough?
No, dudes.
I understand, Judge. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Did they give him a PR bond on the evading arrest? No, he made a shirt. I'll leave that as it's 5,001 on the DWI. Hi.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'm approaching on Simone Lee because you'd expressed some questions about probable cause in her case,
Correct.
as I have myself.
Okay.
So this is her leasing office. She needs to go in there to access her mailbox, to access, various things. The time that she went in and received a so-called trespass warning, which when her car was broken in and she was expressing concerns about it.
My only issue is that a lot of people say it, but they're really not on it. So if you show me that she has like a lease with her name on it at that complex, that would make a huge difference.
Well, she left, but they even say it in the report. There's no dispute on the fact that she lives in there. She was in that leasing office because her car had been broken in. She has text on her phone right now after they gave her the trespass warning for her just trying to sit there while the police come. She would contact them and get authorization from them saying you can come in, just for her to check her own mailbox. So she has text right now on her phone that could show you she lived there, her contact between her and the office.
But I think at this particular moment, I mean, she goes in allegedly huffing and puffing, so they say, hey, get out. Right? And can you read me the DIMS again, State, please?
Yes, sir.
Only.
Looks like on June 16, 2023, the officer conducted an investigation, made contact with the complaining witness. Complaining witness stated she was in the leasing office at the apartment complex when the defendant entered after she was given a criminal trespass warning. The defendant was yelling during business hours while the complaining witness had future residents in the lobby and office. The law enforcement officer issued a written criminal trespass on June 2nd, 2023.
So we know that from June, there's a trespass warning that she can't go. Are you telling me after that she has a text from the leasing office saying that she can go?
Correct. This is where her mailbox says she has to go in.
Your Honor, from the bench report, it looks like the defendant came in and caused the disturbance, because her air conditioner was not working.
I'd be huffing and puffing too.
Yes, Your Honor. Apparently, the leasing office sent maintenance personnel to the defendant's apartment to fix the issue, but she refused to allow them inside the apartment.
Well, I don't know. So let's do this. Today's Friday. Let's set it for Monday for a formal hearing. See if you can get some kind of lease, because I'd like to know.
Okay.
She does,
You want me to
like
come
a
back?
named lease.
Name,
Yeah,
please, and copies of the text messages?
sure.
Okay.
And then let's set it for formal probable cause hearing, because I don't know how you can possibly trespass someone where they live, and then you give them authority, hey, come back. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So we'll set it for Monday for formal probable cause hearing. In the interim, I'm going to order her not to go over there. Come up, Miss Lee,
She's
until we
there
figure
anymore.
this out. Say that again?
She does not live there anymore, but yeah.
It's probably a good idea. Okay, we're going to set this for a formal probable cause hearing for Monday. Don't go back to this place. Don't have contact with the complaining witness in this case. It's not going to go well if you do. Just don't, and then all will be fine, okay? They're going to create those bond conditions. We'll have to sign it, and then after that, you'll be free to go, and we'll we'll resume back on Monday. Okay?
Eric, thank
Okay.
you, Judge.
Thanks. But don't leave until you sign those bond conditions, man. Okay.
Thanks.
You ready? Guys,
I'm ready,
can
Ross.
I just do this plea real quick? Come on up. Hi, Frank.
Hey. Off docket, Judge, based on the trial for next week, Noel Garcia Castillo.
Done. You're Noel Garcia Castillo.
Yeah.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. Looks like they're going to reduce it to a first. However, it's still above a 0.15. So you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in jail to be probated for 15 months. As part of this agreement, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class. You will do 2 victim impact panels. You will do, has he done a TRAS yet?
No, sir.
You will do a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill any conditions that they state that you need to do. It could be intensive outpatient, it could be supportive out, whatever it is, you must fulfill those conditions. You must do substance abuse treatment, no drugs, no alcohol. You must have a guardian interlock and perform 20 hours of community service.
So,
Do you have children?
Yes.
I would rather do a parenting class instead of this stupid community service that just, you don't learn anything. If that's okay, guys, you know. You must also have restitution in the amount of $1,000. Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above, sir?
Aliento o más alto, ¿es verdad? True, true.
You know, from now on, whenever you get pulled over, officers, they're going to see 2 DWIs. What do you think they're going to do to you if they come to you and they smell alcohol?
You're gonna arrest me.
What happens next time?
Va a pasar al próximo arresto. Go to jail?
No,
No.
prison.
Penitencia.
You're looking at a minimum of
Lo
2 years in
mínimo de
prison, a
2 años
maximum
en la
of 10
penitencia, lo máximo
years
hasta
in
10
prison.
años en
Now,
la
we
penitencia.
have to get a hold of you so that you realize that this is not a joke and that you should take this seriously. As part of this agreement, you will be required to pay the DPS fines and fees. And if you don't, every day or every $100 that you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. Do you understand? Somehow we have to get a hold of you that you understand that this is not a joke. Your lawyer has worked in agreements that you're foregoing any jail time when there is a minimum of 5 days in jail because of the reduction. You now will be required to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of around $5,000 to $5,500. And if you don't, every $100 you owe, 1 day in jail. Do you understand?
¿Usted lo entiende? Yes.
About 100 and then whatever the fines are, you'll be required to pay. But first, I want restitution paid.
okay.
Off the bat. He's got to pay the restitution first.
Okay.
And then after that, he can start paying the fees.
Judge, I did file a to waive DPS.
I'm not going to waive it. No, he's not indigent. No. And he's already skirting the mandatory jail time as it is. So somehow we have to get a hold of you so that you see that we mean business. And I hope that this is it before someone either dies or before you graduate to felony status. There is no breath test refusal as well. If you were pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it. If you fail to, then you're in violation of this probation. This is only while you're on probation for this case. Does he have a license to drive?
He does not. He hasn't been driving.
Don't have a license. The worst possible thing you can do in this short life that we have is get into a car and drive. If I find that you do, I don't care what your excuse is, you're looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand? Okay. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, it's done and over forever. You can never come back and change this. You understand? Is this what you want to do? All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. I'm going to find you guilty.
Do you have a quick thought?
So I'm ordering the 20 hours of community service. If he does a parenting class, I'll consider it waived in lieu of. All right. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks, Frank.
Thank you,
You ready? Hi, Carl. Come on.
Bradley will be shown.
Page 5.
The arraignment. The reckless driving judge Reed. Do you want him up?
No. I had a bit of an issue with this. That's why I wanted to appoint him someone to see. Go to the left. Out of view. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so can you read me the DIMS again, Alex? Please?
Yes, Your Honor. So on March 27, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officer observed the vehicle made an improper turn, nearly causing an accident with the vehicle turning next to him by turning into the wrong lane. Defendant then traveled at 88 miles per hour in a 50-mile-per-hour zone and made an unsafe lane change while speeding. Also, I watched the video for this one, so I can answer questions on what actually was observed or what I observed about the video.
So let's break it.
Complaint, it basically alleges unsafe lane change. It doesn't really.
Is that the basis for the reckless driving, the unsafe lane change?
So the way that the charging instrument reads is essentially, in word for word, is reckless to drive a vehicle with in willful and wanton disregard for safety of persons and property by driving more than 35 miles per hour over the posted speed limit, making unsafe lane changes, causing other drivers to have to take evasive action and avoid collision with the defendant's vehicle.
Is that what you saw?
I did not observe any vehicles having to take evasive action. What I observed specifically was the defendant coming out of the parking lot on the theater road. He does cut across 3 lanes to go to the far lane. But I didn't see any vehicles having to take evasive action, slam the brakes on. In terms of speeding, I'm not sure if he was speeding or not, but it did look consistent with the flow of traffic with the exception of passing other vehicles.
I'm gonna admonish you.
I think that's fair, Your Honor.
Come up. Who is it again?
Brendan.
Mr. Deshawn, do you watch the news?
Yes, sir.
Do you really? Do you really watch the news? Every single day in our county, someone dies because of a boneheaded move that's made in a car. Every single day, not just one, multiple lives are taken on our streets just because people drive in such a manner that they end up killing someone. You know, yours is not the worst, and I'm going to find no probable cause, but be safe. You know, we're not asking for much. Don't drive unless you have a license. Don't drive unless you have car insurance. I tell you, I get so many emails every week because people, how can you help me? Because I have someone that's suing me for $50,000 because I got into an accident and crashed and I broke their car. They literally ask me to represent them and help them because they don't know where to go to, where to turn because someone filed a lawsuit against them. If someone does that and you get a judgment against you, you're hosed. Get car insurance. And when you drive, do it in a manner that you're not going to injure or kill someone. We're not asking for much. All right.
We had a conversation about that already, Judge.
Be safe. It's not much. You know, if you got to get somewhere in a hurry, leave earlier. All right? All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause in your case, all right? Take care. B, if I see you back, it's not gonna go. All right, please.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Alan.
Judge, I also had I had a Trayvon Frazier over there for BBR. Do you want to do it now or later?
Yeah, no, we can do it now. I'm sorry, Joseph, I keep forgetting about you. I'll hit you up next.
All right, Judge, thanks.
But he has a burglary vehicle charge, but he tested positive for cocaine and you wanted him here today.
I'm sending him now for a test.
For test?
Now. Yep. This is Mr. Frazier. I'd like to send him for a test now. You're to come back, Mr. Frazier. He needs to come back.
Right, you can come back.
You ready? Oh, no, hold on. I can't. I gotta hit Joseph. He's been waiting for so long. All right, Joseph, what
Yes, sir.
do you want to do?
Talked to my client, Your Honor, and he's willing to do the time served offer that the state's made.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, let's write it up. If you want to go ahead and write it up, we'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
Joseph, they're gonna get the paperwork ready. Just have your client go out there, explain it to him, and then we can, as soon as you're done, we'll bring him up to sign. We're
Okay,
filing-
thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Ready? Okay.
Here on Skip Loera.
Lara?
Yes, it's a very, very old case.
On,
Jail docket, Judge, page 34.
got it. We got it? Okay. Did you just get it today?
I did just get it today, so I'd like some time to prepare.
Obviously, we'll give you some time. Do you anticipate him bonding out?
Right.
If he does, he needs a GPS prior to release.
GPS.
Yeah, his case is 873 days old. He's absconded for quite a while. I don't know if he's gonna get out. His bond's not as high, but if he gets out, so Felicia, do you see this?
Yes, Judge, what's the last name again?
Are you ready?
All right.
It's on the docket, right?
Yeah, jail docket though.
Yes.
Loera.
Add GPS.
Yeah, GPS prior to release. And state, is discovery complete?
One moment.
Please. So what we'll do is I'm giving him 30 days. Come back. If discovery's complete, then clear trial in 30.
Okay.
Your Honor, I heard Rivera, that's.
Loera, Loe.
Loera.
Skip.
Okay.
Skip.
Judge, any other conditions?
Yeah, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, no contact with the complaining witness. It's an assault.
Yeah.
Looks like discovery's complete, Your Honor. There may be some videos, but I don't know if you're able to access all the videos. We'll have to look at that and.
You mind checking to see if you can?
Yeah, I'll check. I mean, I just got it 20 minutes ago, but I will check.
Yeah, for sure. So,
I'll
okay,
let
so
you know
30
if I have
days,
any
be ready, 30 days, clear trial.
Yes,
In
sir.
this case, because of the age.
Okay.
Okay.
Sausage.
Thanks.
Can you hold them for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you signed?
Come on.
Morning, Judge.
Hi.
Matt Rush.
Happy Friday.
Friday, what's new, man?
Not much, Judge. This morning, standing in for John Paul on
Yes.
Abubakar Dasaki.
Okay,
He is present here in court, Judge.
okay.
My understanding based on recent events is that he requested a trial date. So that's what we're just trying to get your approval on.
Yeah, I'm good with whatever you guys want. Ramona's back there.
Okay.
Just go with Ramona, choose something, and then we're good.
All right, great. Maybe excuse.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. Ready? Hi, come on up.
We have Mario Alamos. First setting.
Okay, do you mind bringing him up?
Yes, Mario, come on up, please. Full waive probable cause, Judge. It's changing lanes with other vehicles present.
I'd like to step here.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Alamos.
Good morning.
Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On March 29, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer witnessed a vehicle fail to maintain a single lane by struggling across lane lines with other vehicles having to floor the vehicle and then failed to signal a lane change. Law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop and made contact with the defendant. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant to have a strong odor of alcoholic beverage. Also observed there to be mouthwash on the vehicle and 2 beers on the floor. It's not said if those were open or not.
Cold to the touch.
I do not believe it says that either, Your Honor. It just says 2 Modelo beer cans on the passenger floorboard.
Okay.
As far as the defendant admitted to drinking multiple alcoholic beverages, SFSTs were conducted where the law enforcement officer went to 6 out of 6 on the HGN, 2 out of 4 on the one leg stand, and the defendant was unable to complete the walk return. The modified run burger was also completed where the defendant had a slight sway and estimated the passing of 30 seconds and 13 seconds. The defendant considered to a breath test at 0.086 and 0.08.
Okay. Mr. Alamos, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm also now placing a further restriction. You're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. Do you understand?
No. Judge, may I answer your question? It's first CWI. It's
He has a prior DWI.
No,
He was dismissed. I see it.
That prior-
And now he's got alcohol in the car.
Just for the court's information, the reason why it was dismissed is because he blew a .05. They had no reason to arrest him in the first place, and he can verify that.
Remember that they don't need breath tests to prove, there's just an aid to convict, just like breath tests, just like field sobriety test. Back in the day, no one had anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So regardless, I want to know for the time being that you don't have any issues. Do you understand, or would you like me to get a translator?
No lo entiendo bien. Okay.
Te voy a poner una máquina en tu auto. Tú no puedes manejar si no tienes una máquina en el auto. No puedes tomar alcohol, usar drogas y te voy a poner en exámenes para ver si estás tomando. Si tú tomas, si manejes sin esa máquina, te pongo en la cárcel. ¿Me entiendes? All right. Yo quiero saber que tú no tienes un problema y que no vas a matar a una persona en el calle. Right. If time passes and we're good after some time, come back and we can talk. But for the time being, I want to know that we don't have a problem.
That's fair, Judge. So maybe 60 days or would it be 90?
Tú tienes abogado, porque tú tienes abogado, no tienes que regresar a la corte hasta que ellos te dicen. Pero si ellos me dicen que no pueden contactar y no estás comunicando, voy a revocar la fianza. ¿Entiendes? All right. Okay.
Judge, I don't think we had an eligible license on.
Oh, we do not, Your Honor. I don't have a driver's license to run, but I don't.
He did a license.
¿Tienes una licencia para manejar?
Sí.
De Texas.
Sí. Yeah, he's been in the United States since 1990, 1980s, Judge.
Do you mind? Can we verify?
Sure. Close citizen.
Yeah. Just, are you able to do it, please?
No,
I can run it, Your Honor.
All right. Solamente quiero saber si tú tienes un válido y puedes manejar.
Judge, it's a,
Well, don't do it here because
Yeah.
I'm live streaming, so I don't want the entire world to see it.
No, it expires 2020.
Okay, we're good. All right.
I'll look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they just made
I
it.
can, yeah. Can I just run it for my sake? Just for. No.
Don't, hey, I'm live streaming, so don't say anything out loud.
Thank you.
We do get orders on Montez and Stroud.
In a bit.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Omar.
We're good.
Okay.
Your Honor, this session, it's eligible, Your Honor.
Great. Fantastic.
Good.
Okay. Can I give you a cause number?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's, I have Mr. Saman here on this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's 255-4510. Correct. Okay, Omar,
Yes, Judge.
tell me, what's going on?
So he, I guess, found out he had a warrant, and he came and brought us up to court. He set a bond. Bond conditions were issued. One of the bond conditions was a GPS monitoring or ankle monitor, and that's the only condition we had an issue with that we were trying to get removed. He has no contact with her. He has not had any contact with her.
If I remember correctly, there was quite a bit of issue with that, where they're alleging that he's harassing her, and that's why we did it. I'm not, so, Omar, so before, this is probably a DVD case, right? Before I do anything, I need DVD here. I
Not
need
with DVD, Judge.
It's not.
It's not you.
So I would need you guys to reach out to the complaining witness to see, have there been any issues?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't see we have a rip yet, but I can reach out.
So why don't we do this? I'm gonna have them rip it. We can get back on Monday morning if you want.
That sounds good.
And then we can talk about it then.
Okay, sounds good, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Omar. Ms. Winters?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
What's new?
I am present on Mr. I'm on the wrong date. Mr. Luis Garcia.
You're here for Carlos then?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so we did PC. All we need is to get a date from you guys.
Okay, great.
Give me a second, I'll get you one.
Thank you.
Hey, Vic.
Yes.
On,
Garcia,
yeah, we need a date.
House June 3rd through the 5th.
June 3rd to the 5th.
Looking right now. June 3rd is great. So is, yeah, June 3rd is great.
Okay, Joris, and we'll have him sign and send him on his way.
You guys have a good weekend.
Okay, have fun, guys.
You need anything else from me, Judge?
No, you guys are good. We'll just put that date and then just reach out to them, you know?
Great. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Hey.
One more thing, Ms. Bernal is just going to send you a breath test discovery order on my case. Thank you. Have a great day, Judge. Thank you.
Oh, Judge, we have an arraignment that showed up. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, name 3 and 4, Dennis, come on up. Yes. Up there, there's an arraignment.
This Yeah. Okay, so I did okay. What's the last say? Okay, it's fine, done all, that's all we do. Okay. Oh gosh, you know something.
Mr. Bennett, what time did you get here, sir?
Like 20 minutes ago, I caught a flat.
It starts at 8:30, not at 10:20, 11:02. You need to make sure that you leave early next time so you get here on time.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are now charged with two cases. You're charged with possession of a controlled substance and unlawful carrying of a weapon. On both of those cases, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Good. On March 27, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle with no front license plate and initiated a traffic stop. Upon contact with the defendant, the law enforcement officer noticed strong odor of marijuana. He carried out a probable cause search. The law enforcement officer observed a firearm in plain view, not in the holster and on the floorboard of the driver's side. The defendant admitted to marijuana being in the center console cup holder. The law enforcement officer located 2 bags of a leafy green substance in a plastic bottle with a thick green liquid identified as promethazine. Law enforcement officer also located 2 pills in a marked oxycodone bottle with no prescription that the law enforcement officer identified as alprazolam. The total weight of the pills was 0.51 grams. I believe the PCS is based off of the alprazolam.
Mr. Bennett, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. You're on his license form, please.
It is not on.
You are not allowed to drive. Do you understand me?
Sir.
I don't care what is going on in your life. I'm going to straighten out everything as much as I possibly can. I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system and you're to come back. Do you understand me?
Sir.
You're not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. And I'm going to test you like crazy to ensure that you're not using. If I find that you do, if you have a problem, now is the time for you to address it. Because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. And I promise you, you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
Sir.
This is an affidavit that you're going to be signing that you're not to drive. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive.
For Rita.
So Felicia, I'm going to have him swear to us that he's not going to drive. Then I'd like to send him for a test, please. Come on. And then you're to come back.
There's another one. It was in the 486.
Okay.
Page 14, Johnson Edward. Come on up.
Do you need me to sign this?
Yes. They include the rest. Are you ready? No. Then from now, the next, the songs were found that you want out there, you know, that's you know, I don't want to yes, sir.
You were Edward Johnson.
There's no name much.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to the guy.
Since 22. Interference. Failure to ID as a fugitive. Failure to ID as a fugitive. Failure to ID as a fugitive. Assault. Assault And now to moi. You now stand charged with assault of a family member. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On November 23rd, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was dispatched to a disturbance call. The officer met with the complaining witness who stated that she was in a dating relationship with the defendant for about 2 years. The complaining witness stated that she and the defendant had been in verbal altercation a few days prior, and the defendant had just returned that they were not sleeping together. The complaining witness tried to enter the residence, but the defendant closed the door on her arm, causing pain. The complaining witness stated that the defendant and her then got into a tussle where the defendant eventually bit her bicep area, causing pain. The officer observed that the bite mark was one.
So he just picked up a felony case as well. What happened on that case, please?
That's going to be through opposition marijuana for 5 pounds. In that case, Your Honor, on April 1st, 2025, law enforcement officer performed a traffic stop. His license plate did not return to the vehicle. The defendant was the driver and the sole occupant. The defendant stated he had some weed in the car. The defendant had an open warrant from Galveston for possession of marijuana and a misdemeanor warrant for an handgun. The law enforcement officer arrested the defendant and located 4.38 ounces of marijuana in a bag in the backseat.
Can you run an NCIC? How many charges does he have now? And how many jurisdictions, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Total charges, Your Honor, or just?
Okay, CA, possession of marijuana. So an open possession of marijuana and a UCW in Galveston?
Alamos?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So he has 2 open charges over there as well?
He has a felony possession of marijuana and then the unlawful carry weapon out of Galveston.
Mr. Johnson, I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. You're to come right back. On one ankle, I'm going to put a scram so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. On your other ankle, I'm going to put a GPS device so I know where you are at all times. You are not allowed to drive. You're going to be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me you're not going to drive. I'm now also giving you a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. If I find that you're out past curfew, I'm going to make your bond so high, it will hit the stratosphere. Do you understand? I don't know what we need to do. Obviously,
Did you go? What's the size? For Alamos? I needed Alamos. Is that Alamos?
that is Alamos. That's Alamos, right? Alamos?
No, this is Melvin, this is Melvin Garcia.
Alamos is Brandon's case.
Is that your client? That's your client, right? Oh, that's right.
Alamos,
Right.
and you can, so.
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
Vic,
Yes.
on Mr. Johnson, we're sending in for a test. He is to come back.
Judge, could you go over those conditions for him again? My apologies.
Yeah. So no weapons, no driving, GPS with a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. He can go to Galveston for his court date only. Otherwise, he's to stay in Harris County.
Yes, Judge.
No weapons, no alcohol, scram. And then depending on what happens with the test today, we'll go further. I need to know if there's a MOA because oh, no contact with the complaining witness as well in this case, please. No.
Judge, did you want me to?
Yeah, please.
Are you done with them?
No, because I need to know if there's a MOA that we can have him sign in.
Ariel, can you see if there's a MOAB on Johnson Edward?
I think I may need you to file a new one because the one is scratched out for the no contact here.
That's already planned, but where's the?
Yeah, but they took off the no contact order in this one.
Yeah, they
So-
signed, they scratched out, and they're communicating with the protected individual.
Right, and I don't want him to have any contact with this person. So, I mean, do you mind filing a new MOA in this case, please? Okay, so we're gonna have you wait over here, or I guess we'll have you take a seat while we get all the paperwork ready. You must come back after the drug test. Do you understand? Take a seat.
Get him to sign
Or-
first. Judge, you want him to sign it MOAB when he goes?
Yeah, but they have to file it.
Just so you know, not to say, let him sign.
Oh, and he needs to sign the no driving affidavit as well. Rick.
I can see the deputies.
Yes, Edward Johnson?
Morning, Judge. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Happy Friday.
Good. Happy Friday. Yes, Judge. Thank you. Here for Garcia, Judge.
Doris Garcia.
Apparently, they tell me that that ICE may have her right now. We don't know for sure that they tried to bond her out yesterday or whatever, and she was to report today for bond conditions because she didn't appear yesterday. I think that's the reason why. So I don't know if anybody there can verify that immigration has her or whatever.
So there's a special website that people usually go to verify if someone is in ICE custody, but you gotta have the A number. Let me see if I have it. Excuse me.
I think, yeah, I do. Her boyfriend is in court right now, Judge, and I've been talking to him. I do see an alien number here.
Is there someone here for Doris Garcia?
Felipe? Is he there? I've been talking to him. I know he was in the hallway, Judge.
Okay, thanks.
His name is Felipe Lopez, Judge.
Judge,
But he's the one that tells me that apparently he tried to bond him out.
Hey, proceeds. Yeah, you can just sign it later. Sooner the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Do you know how to go on that website to check if someone is in ICE custody?
I've listened for when y'all talked about it, but I haven't.
But then I don't even have like sometimes.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I believe. I've done this before on the ICE website, and I believe you have to have the alien number.
Yeah, right. You have, and
I don't have that alien number yet. Probably go in the search.
In the Cold Spring.
I have it.
You're right on the sticky.
Yeah, that's good. Here. No. This one. Which would say, we're efforting, Rick. We're trying to figure it out.
Very good, Judge. Can you give me the website, Judge? I'll try to do it myself.
I'm gonna chat it to you.
That'd be great, Judge. Thanks.
No, he can just have him, yeah, for right now. I'm gonna see if we can try to do it without him. What, do you know the country of birth? Rick?
I think it's Mexico, Judge. Felipe?
Okay. Anna?
So I've got a couple to talk to you about.
Okay.
Start with the easier one first. Mr. Ally, he,
Marquis Seller?
yes,
Is he in custody?
no, he's on bond. He had a violation because apparently he was random drug tests.
Oh, right. Is he here?
He is here. He went and he's tested. He came back negative, which is positive. But I think there was a miscommunication or a misunderstanding about him having to go drug test. He's got a pretty extensive orange sheet. And he's doing a mental health PTI, which
Remember?
he's done the interview. We're just waiting on the report. So I think it may have just, when he missed the drug test, just a misunderstanding, miscommunication as to what the bond conditions were.
Edward Johnson? Did you get the report on Ally yet?
I get those emails. I don't think
I haven't gotten one, but I did speak
I've been
with.
waiting. It's been a long time.
Well, they do them in batches rather than piecemeal. And so we just,
I mean, he went and did it at least 60 days ago, no?
I don't think it's been 60, maybe 30, 45-ish, but he has gone. I did speak with the Harris Center and he.
I remember you told me that it went.
Yeah. We're just waiting, and the Harris Center, I know that they're very overwhelmed and understaffed and.
Right, I get it. What do you want to do?
What, like I said, he's here, his clean, if we
That's
could.
good.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, he's clean, which is great.
Yeah.
Right, so let's set it, I don't know, maybe a week.
Okay.
If it's not back in a week, I'm gonna call it. I'll figure it out.
Okay, perfect.
Who's
Let's do
next?
that. Mr. Jorge Pena, he's in custody. He has a fugitive case,
Is it what case?
a fugitive case.
Okay, oh, hi,
And,
Amy.
he would like to speak to you about getting a new lawyer.
About a bond?
No, he wants a new court-appointed lawyer. And
Do you mind bringing out Jorge Pena, please? Pena, please.
I don't want to presume to speak for the court,
Is it
but.
upset with you? I find that really hard to believe, really.
Judge,
And you go to bat, so I don't get it, right?
this is the first time.
He thinks he can get a different zone. Is it just because of the fugitive case?
So he has a fugitive case and a local case, which makes it a little more complicated.
He's made bond on the local case, which is good. So the 15 days. Did he waive or did he refuse? Okay. He looks young. Huh? Rick, did you find something?
No, Judge, I don't have the website, Judge. If you can pass that along, I'll try.
You what?
I don't have the website.
You are, okay.
Judge,
Let me just make sure.
the locator system says it won't work.
Say it again?
The locator system said that it will not work, within 48 hours of them being placed into U.S. custody. I'm not sure if it has been in the last 48 hours that she's been detained by ICE.
You want, hey, it looks like I've got the boyfriend here. Do you want me to get the phone number for this person and I'll give it to you, Rick? You talked to him? Or have you already talked to him?
I've been talking to him, Judge. I do have it.
And what's he saying?
He says that tells me that ICE has her.
ICE has her.
I don't have any. Yes, I don't have a verification of it.
Okay, so why don't we do
Apparently-
this? Because state is saying that within 48 hours of them taking, they can't verify it. I guess it takes a bit to hit the system, you know?
Oh, I see, yes.
And
Mhm.
when did they allegedly get her?
Yesterday, it showed that she was out on bond, but she didn't appear yesterday. So apparently, maybe a couple of days before.
Say it again?
It does give a number for the field office. If you'd like me to reach out and contact them.
Yeah, but you got a lot, I mean, you got a lot of stuff here going on, you know?
But county doesn't have a right, Judge?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can, you should get that deeply involved, in it, you know what I mean? Because I don't want you to do something that you get in trouble, so. The hold was lifted 3/16. Rick,
Okay, Judge.
so that's been
3/16.
2 weeks.
Wow. So apparently that's where she's been. I've had no contact with her, Judge.
I mean, if
But,
we can't verify that she's in custody, because I can't, then I'm gonna revoke the bond.
right, right. I understand.
So I
Maybe-
guess, do you want to see if the guy that's here can provide proof that she's in other than his word?
Right. He tells me that he has a immigration attorney for her. So let me speak to him, Judge. I'll talk to him and then I'll get back with you.
He has like a folder with a bunch of stuff.
You have his phone number?
Yes, I do, Judge.
Okay. Do you speak English?
Yeah, I speak English.
Okay, so the lawyer, her lawyer is gonna call you now. We need proof that she's actually in immigration custody.
Number and everything, forced it and everything. She has court Monday with my immigration, where immigration lawyer, I'll sponsor her and everything.
Okay, so go out there, speak to the lawyer to see what kind of proof that you can bring us and let us know. And
Okay, yeah, I got all the paperwork and media information. Okay.
he's gonna call you now.
Okay.
Okay,
Will do, Judge. Thanks.
thanks, Rick. Hey, after this, I'll hit you up, Joseph. Pena.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Pena, you were wanted out of another state. And I guess your lawyer there are two things. You're not happy with Anna here. And so we need to talk about number one. Number two, a lot of times when people have fugitive cases, they ask for me to set them a bond so they can get out and go turn themselves in. I don't know. I don't know why you're wanted out of the other state. All I know is that you have an open DWI now. And within the last, year and a half, you've picked up 2 other cases with me in this court. So I know you because you keep picking cases up. So I don't care if you have Jesus here. It don't matter who you got, where she's as that good, right? I don't know if I'm going to give you a bond because all I know is you keep picking cases up. And you're only 23. So Amy, tell me about Mr. Penn.
Yes, he's born out of Newton County, Indiana. The purpose is influence, forgery, fraud, and identity deception. This was issued May 14th of 2024. He of course has local cases for DWI, 415. Let me see what else.
What's he wanted for? What was the first part?
Corrupt business influence, forgery, fraud, and then identity deception.
Corrupt business influence, forgery, and fraud. Do we know that they want him?
Yes,
Okay, is there a bond that's been set there?
I don't have any information about bonds. Also, day is coming up in 5 minutes if we're discussing bond.
Okay, so tell me, what's going on?
Mr. Pena, I don't want to get too far into attorney-client
Sure.
communication. He would like to ask for a new appointed lawyer.
Why?
Well, me and her had a conversation, like, there's nothing against her, but we just had a conversation and I didn't think that
She's fighting for you?
you could
She's
say-
one of the biggest junkyard dogs that we have here. There's no one that fights more than she does.
No,
She's better than most attorneys I even see here. I'm telling you, she's amazing.
No, I believe you. You could be saying the truth, but
I am saying the truth.
No, I know you are. I believe it. And just off the fact, the case, the other price case that you did bring up, I haven't had. It was a year and a half already, and it's only been for my for protection. Like my other cases, I'm not no bad dude that robbery or they're all gun charges, and that's just on the behalf of the landscaping business that I got. That every time when I'm in the backyard or so, somehow they're always trying to steal the back of the trailer. That's the only reason and the only cases that I got. I don't got no evading arrest, like robbery or grant or what, however you.
I don't know, but we have another prosecutor that's coming up to speak about this as well. I'm not going to give you another lawyer. This is a lawyer that we've given you. We only have a couple lawyers who do these types of cases regardless. So,
The only thing I was gonna, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
Okay.
The only one I was gonna ask you was I was trying to get the lawyer that fought for the 2 gun charges. I don't know, Mr. Some with, I just forgot. I know, I think he's an Italian dude.
Those cases you had.
They have the same guy, and I really thought it was him right here.
Oh, it is Greg.
I know why you look familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, Greg, you represented Mr. Pena on both of his prior cases.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's why when I looked at it, I was like,
So look, the only way you can have Greg is you can hire him. Otherwise, you got Anna. Okay?
oh, yeah, he's getting, oh, now he charges
Hire him.
that. Look at
I always charge, I don't know what you're thinking.
All right, we're gonna put you back because we're waiting on another lawyer to come up here.
Let me go back and talk.
Yeah, yeah, for
I'll
sure.
charge what you had.
Okay, hold on. Joseph,
Yes, Judge.
are you ready?
I'm ready, Judge.
Okay. What's the last name again?
It's Cesar Torres Reyes.
Brad said, Torres Reyes. Has he signed? Torres Reyes, come up.
Yeah.
We're gonna get stuff for Joe.
Yeah, for sure.
Here you go. Can you sign some stuff in the future?
Over
Over here. All the attorneys.
Greg.
We haven't got any signatures from the attorney either, Joe.
Oh, Joseph, can you start signing the plea paperwork in the queue?
Well, Judge, I just went into the kiosk a little while ago. There was no forms in there. So
there now?
there was nothing in there for me to sign.
It should be there now.
All
Check
right.
again.
All right,
please.
thank you.
Maybe log out, log in, I don't know.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Cesar Torres Reyes. Do you remember when we first danced, you and I,
Yeah.
with Godwin?
Yeah.
I dealt with that for 5 years afterwards. It was-
Oh, I bet, yeah. Well, it is a little ridiculous.
Okay,
Push down. Hold.
Ms. Lee, we'll have you sign your conditions here momentarily and we'll get you out of here.
Judge, do you want me to sit back there on this attorney's son?
Hmm?
You want him to have a seat?
No, let's do it. Come on up. Mr. Torres Reyes, it may not be today. It may not be tomorrow, next week, next year, but one day,
Come on, Lee.
you're going to look back today and say, why the hell didn't I get this done? What's happening today is this DWI will be going on your record.
Yes,
It will be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new DWIs that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes.
You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Not only that, the next time you get pulled over, if you smell like alcohol, if you smell like any kind of dope or anything funky, officer's going to come up to your car. They're going to see this. They're going to look at your record. If they smell something, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above?
True.
What do you do for a living, sir?
Work as a healthcare representative for Kelsey Siebel.
Okay. So I'm going to have him wait over there. The lawyer's not even here. So just, I have it, take a seat. Your lawyer's not even here. I can't do the plea. I thought he was here. Just take a seat. He's not even here. You ready? Please.
It's, the court has her listed in Miss Cardone. She's in the box. Last name's actually Bosenberg.
We're gonna do a name change.
Okay, well, on the paperwork, do you have some paperwork for me? You would look at, son is here as well. And so when you get there, I'm gonna reset it and.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you need, obviously, you know. I asked her politely, I said, just don't call back unless it's a true emergency.
So yeah, one of her sons lives with her. He's here today too, so I can forward the paperwork.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir.
I just asked her not to call again, you know. I hope she doesn't because,
Initially, we took it to the doctor to do the blood work so they could try to adjust everything.
oh, she's taking medication.
No, not, she's taking insulin plus 5 diabetes pills along with insulin.
Okay. Do you think that's impacting?
What the doctor thought it was, so she retested everything yesterday, so we're waiting on all the things to come back before we do anything further, but before she does anything further. As far as getting like some kind of psychiatric help or something like that.
I'm gonna waive the appearance so that she doesn't have to come to court.
Okay.
Just stay in touch with Greg. He'll tell you if and when she has to come back to court, and then just hopefully she doesn't call back.
Yeah, so we're gonna have
It's
to
gonna-
get we're gonna get the appointment, and then I'll forward you the information, send it to your other brother, or whoever's gonna take her.
Yeah, no, well, yeah.
To go to the appointment,
Yes,
and then we'll get a report about 30 days after that, and we go from there.
And thank you, Judge, for helping.
Well, I just, you know, hopefully nothing else is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We'll keep
Okay.
an eye on our promises.
I got
And
you.
then just have a scene, I'll try to get you out of here as quick as possible, okay?
Thank you, sir.
I got another one, in custody. He's been offered the mental health diversion, but he's in custody. So I mean, how does he go to the Harris Center? It's, this one is gonna be on Mr. Zelaya, Kenny Zelaya.
It's because he took off.
Therein lies the dilemma. I am going to ask you for a bond, and yes, I know you are going to say, how do we guarantee that he?
Delia. Let me talk to him. I don't mind. And
Okay.
It's one FTA.
I know, but
So I'm okay giving it to him. I just want to admonish him that I'm not going to do this again.
he knows his aunt's address.
Are you guys opposed?
Your Honor, I mean, from what I understand.
Tell what's
So,
your.
yeah, we want to get him mental health treatment that he needs. If compliance is a concern, then, I mean, maybe a GPS monitor might be a good suggestion.
Hey, okay.
But I think the priority here is to get him into mental health treatment, which we can't do for.
So I'll admonish him that we're not going to play this game again. I'll give you another one. Please go. You know, if you go, good things will happen.
Judge, no objections on, he needs a GPS, just to make sure, if that gets him out so he can go to the appointment at the Harris Center, that'd be great.
Judge, if I may, I believe we can file an order of release and have the Harris Center pick him up from the jail.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
That's jail.
That'd be a more,
Code.
solution.
I've never had y'all do that. That's fantastic.
So we can sign a PTI contract, and once that's signed, we can. follow.
Smells right. It's awful.
Well, Judge will.
Yeah.
let-
It's not supposed to be fun.
decide, but
Yeah.
we'll see what he decides.
You know, the thing is that all we ask you to do is show up. And when you don't show up, this is what happens. Yeah. Why? We're not gonna bite you.
Oh, y'all look
You've never
fancy.
been to court. How do you know what happens?
Y'all
Oh,
look
man.
too fancy for me.
Come
Not for
on.
me,
You really
right?
got stripes like a clown suit. Look at those.
No, yours.
Your mine's fancy too?
Your suit up.
So what are you doing with yourself these days? Who are you living with?
Right now, it's staying with friend's house and then,
Where, do you have mom and dad around?
well, mom passed away when I was 9 years old. So,
Pop
and
around?
dad, he's not in the picture. Like, every time I go home, I have problems at home. Like me and him, we fight, fist fight. We just don't we can't stand each other.
I want to let you out, but I have to make sure that you're not going to run away. Because when you run away, bad things happen. That's why we put you in jail, because you just didn't come back.
I work at Subway.
Okay, great. But I still need you to come back. I don't care where you work. You still have to come back.
Okay.
So we can do this the easy way, and then if it doesn't work the easy way, we'll try it the hard way.
Okay,
So
that'd be great.
what we want to do, the only thing that we want to do is try to have you speak to a doctor, to see how things are going. That's all we would like you to do. And if you do, great things will happen. There's a program that we have where it's called the mental health PTI program, where if you complete it, your case gets dismissed. All you have to do is talk to someone. And if you do that, great things will happen. Can you get that done?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Zelaya, I want you to understand that I'm not going to do this again. I'm giving you another opportunity to do this. If you blow me off again, I'm not going to do this again. You have to understand that no one is going to bond you out. That's why you're stuck there now. You have no one to bond you out. The only way is if you continue to show up. I've given you a lawyer. We're going to give you a cell phone so you can always get a hold of him. Do you have a phone?
Yes.
There's no reason. Do you think we can get the appointment today so we can give it to him on the way out?
Usually my understanding was they get the information on the PTI.
Laya.
No, sorry, I was calling.
Usually they get the information on the PTI sheet that they sign the contract that they're going to do it, and then they go on their own
How long
accord.
does this take?
Oh, it takes like a month. We usually reset a month, but I thought they just call and set up the appointment once they're out.
And let him out for a whole month and waiting and just.
It's not necessarily a full month, it just depends on how long circumstances require it. Sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's a month, obviously it's individualized.
I don't know if I'm going to be down for just letting out for a month while we wait for the appointment to happen.
Well, I think it's on him to call and to go there.
Your Honor, from my understanding of it, if.
That's right.
Once we file, and the CLO might have some, I apologize, never mind. From what
That is what's going on, yes.
I apologize. From what I understand,
No, I think you're right, that we give them the contract, they sign it, and then it's on them to go.
That's my last experience with it, so, yeah.
Can we get the contract today?
yes, Your Honor. And then once we have the contract, we can file those orders of supervision and release, and we can reach it to Harrison, and Harrison will pick him up.
Let's do that.
And then he can go in today, and I
That's
believe,
probably the best course of action.
Harris, pick him up from here, from the
Yes.
county?
yes.
Okay. That's fine. That's, yeah, whatever the court wants.
That way we know what
I can
happened.
do that.
Okay, let's do it now.
Okay, cool.
Yes, Your Honor.
So
Go ahead.
I'll let you explain it.
No, nothing. It's not about this.
But will you explain to Mr. Zelaya?
I will explain it.
We're working this agreement for you. It's this diversion program that once you have this interview, the case goes away. But you have to get the interview done.
Yes, sir.
It's going to take me at least a day or two. So give me a little bit, but we're working with you to try to get the best thing for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
It might be Monday, okay, but you're gonna get out. But you gotta do what's they're gonna do, okay? You got it?
Yes.
Okay.
I trust that you're going to do it.
Yes, sir.
I like your smile.
Thank
You,
you.
you got it sold. All right. All right, Mrs. Lyon.
Thank you. All I was gonna say is I got a plea across the hall, so you're fine.
Oh, great.
Hey, but this is still in the downtown, it's just on the
Is that laptop? Is that mine? Okay. Joseph, let me get this plea done so Joseph can get out of here. Come here.
I'm ready for it now.
Everything's signed, Your Honor.
I know, Joseph, I'm trying to get it done. Come on. I've admonished Mr. Torres that this is going on his record. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf. And cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to 3 days in jail. I'm going to give you credit for the 1 day that you have done. I don't know about waiving the fee for the supervisory, for the DPS fee, Joseph. I'm going to have him fill out an affidavit to see if he's truly indigent. Okay? I need you to fill out an affidavit for me.
Yes,
to see if he's
Judge.
indigent as to whether I'm going to waive it or not. As it stands, I'm suspending your license for 180 days. Do not drive.
I don't drive.
Do you understand? It's only bad things are going to happen.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand?
I don't drive anymore.
Okay, come on. All right, thanks, Joseph.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, ready?
Yes. Do you have a motion? Oh, yeah. Your command? Raise your right hand. Can you saw the argument? If you someone sworn in front of you, you ever been convicted of felony?
And then I mean,
Have you ever been convicted of felony?
Let me get him to do this.
Sure.
I've never had.
Oh, trying to, it's probably a default.
Now it's locked out. Right, that's, I thought it was the initial. Right, I put that in, didn't work.
One second, did you try?
Don't, I'm lecturing, so don't say anything.
Yes, but is it your current, did you try?
I tried my current one.
And did you try?
And the default, neither one.
I'll see what's
You
going
have
on.
to unlock it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, preference and the way.
Yep, I see him. Okay, Rick, you want to talk?
Yes, Judge. The only thing the friend had for Ms. Garcia is the attorney-client contract for services. And I put a call into that attorney, and so I'm just waiting for them to call me back whenever. I don't know how soon that's going to happen, but requesting that we carry the case till Monday, Judge. Maybe we can verify that she is in ICE custody by then.
But she's literally been out for the last 2 weeks, has not had bond conditions. And we have no proof where she is anywhere.
Yeah, I know, Judge. I don't think that she ever was released. I think that immigration came by and picked her up after her friend posted a bond for her. It's a cash bond as well. And so I think she's been with immigration that whole time, but I don't know for sure, Judge.
Okay, I guess SFBF Monday. And then I'll SFBF Monday, Rick.
Yes.
If I don't have any kind of physical proof that she's in, I'm going to revoke the bond by then. Though.
Understand, Judge. I'll be there.
And not just, I mean, I need like an actual sheet from that saying the master docket that she's in and, okay?
Will do, Judge. I'll do my best.
Okay, thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. D.
Please, Judge, Mr. Javier Romero.
Oh, you have to do it.
Okay, the judge gonna ask you how you plead guilty, not guilty, guilty, but he's not gonna find you guilty. Instead of finding you guilty, he's gonna place you on post 1 month deferred. Yes, sir, and no, sir, to your honor. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
It's correct.
No, I just have to.
And I gotta be one.
Just lost access to
Take your
everything.
time, Jack, no rush. Get my age, you don't rush nothing.
I just lost access to everything. When he was doing with the computer, I think he unlocked it or did something. Now I can't log into anything in the computer. I can't look at the docket. I can't get in to sign anything.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh, I just, it's just 19. So help you become a man. Yes, sir. Can't stay young, man. Stay out of trouble for the job. Be responsible, right?
Yes, sir.
Can't stay a teenager forever. Time to grow up. With all this stuff behind you, get a job.
So what are we doing, Mr. D?
OT must defer adjudication probation, Your Honor. I think it's a good thing for Mr. Gomero.
He's got a bond violation today.
He came back negative, Judge.
Sent him for a test?
Yes, sir, Mrs.
Yes, Judge, I
Felicia.
did. It was negative.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Great. Good job.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
That's great. That makes me really happy, Mr. Williams, really. I was upset that you missed the appointment, but you came back, tested negative. That's great. That's
Thank you.
all we're asking, right? You know, because the thing is you're entering into a great deal, right? If you complete this, you don't end up with a conviction. But what you need to understand is that you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement. And it's a contract between you and the court saying, hey, I'm going to complete this agreement. If you don't, you authorize me to put you in jail for an entire year. So it's no joke. We routinely have to put people in because they just don't get it. We're not asking for much. And I'll make you an even sweeter deal. If you do well and you kick butt, I'll take you off in half the time. If you do your classes quick, don't test positive, be nice to everybody, because you got to understand you're meeting with probation officers. They're dealing with the worst of the worst all day, every day. So if you get in there at 4 o'clock, they're probably going to be in a very bad mood. So make the first appointment in the morning, go in there, crack a joke, be nice. You have the meeting out of your hand, you know? And like anything in life. Now, it's a 15-month deferred. Part of the agreement is for you to complete an effective decision-making class, a gun safety class. You must also do a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them.
Judge, was it 15 months or 14 months?
15.
I have 15. But look, if you do good, you're off in 7.5 months. If you've really, substance abuse treatment as needed, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, forfeiture of the weapon, and 32 hours of community service. Is this how you understand it?
Yes,
Did
sir.
you graduate from high school?
I ain't graduate.
No, sir. No.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Well, how far did you get in high school?
Last time I was in 10th grade, sir.
Hey, no, it's unacceptable. You need your high school diploma.
Sir.
In lieu of the community service, I'd rather him work to get his GED. You need your GED. If you don't have your high school diploma, every single employer is going to run circles around you. You will make pennies to when other people are making dollars.
Yes,
You
sir.
need your high school diploma.
So
That is my main focus of this thing. Once you get that high school diploma, I'll take you off.
yes, sir.
That's how meaningful it is. You understand?
Sir.
Okay, so what I want is let's set it off 3 weeks. And I want to know within 3 weeks that he's enrolled to start doing classes. Okay? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with us until you complete it, or if it gets violated. If you pick up a new case, if you smoke weed, if you do something you're not supposed to do, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. We're going to have a hearing to see if you violated it. And if you did, you're looking at an entire year. But I'm telling you now, I will keep you, and I can keep you for 3 years until you get your high school diploma.
Yes, sir.
We have services so that you can get it for free. So money is never an issue. And I will help you in any way that you need. But that's the most important thing in your life at this very instant. You understand? Okay. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm not going to find you guilty. I'll withhold that. I'm going to waive all your fees. It's never about the money. You understand? If you ever have a problem, you get a probation officer you don't get along with, come here. We can help you out. But don't just take off. It's the worst thing you can do.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Mr. Camaro.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bond conditions for.
Judge, I have a question for page 15.
Yeah.
Was she waived or was violated?
Wait, no, what do you think?
I mean, I can read all her documentation without her. She's very nervous in court.
I've already got conditions in place, so if we do find PC, it's really no harm. I'll waive it for you because we've already got conditions in place. And then if there's no PC, then it's no PC, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, for sure.
Did we ever sign it now?
Right now.
Those paper one.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you want me to sign something in there?
Yes, the bond conditions for Kevin Robichaud. Yeah, we're still waiting to do this plea for Torres Reyes.
There we go. Okay, here's Robichaud. No, we did the plan on Torres Reyes.
Oh, we already did? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want him to pay on GPS fines or you want to write?
That's what he was filling out an affidavit to see whether he qualifies,
Okay.
whether he's indigent or not, because I don't know. Okay, Tony,
Yes, sir.
you ready?
I am here on Clarissa Borges,
Okay.
Clarissa Leon Borges.
Okay.
So Judge, we have the contract, we have the DA fee paid, we have the interlock. I just need to send everything to the PTI people for them.
Well, she was supposed to be here with proof of installation of the
We
interlock.
have that. She's here.
Okay.
We
Do you
have
have
every,
proof of installation of the interlock?
yeah, she sent it to us yesterday.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so I just need to send to, we hadn't signed a contract. I had it here today to get everything signed.
Okay.
I just need to forward it to the PTI people.
Them to file the supervision order, right? So I don't know, a couple days, what,
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Whatever day you want.
Okay. I sent it. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Judge.
Like, are you?
Good. Always pleasure. Huh?
Do I know you? It's been so long.
I got moved, so I'm on 10th floor now. I'm their problem. On the upside, I was attorney of the week in the 208th. And so I got 6 cases today.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
It's,
Element cases then.
yeah, but I got into no PC one, which in felony court is
No?
very rare. I have an off docket motion to restore property, which was placed in your queue. I can give you the cause number or the
I
name.
see.
Okay.
Are they unopposed?
They are unopposed.
Okay.
That is the exact phrasing I got from the chief. They are unopposed.
Is it going to you or to the?
No, it's going to the client. It was, the forfeiture was specifically not part of the deal. We worked it out where he did a little extra so he wouldn't have to forfeit. It's a Glock. I've spoken with him. I've got pictures of the box he purchased it in, including serial numbers, and they all match.
Just to clarify, I just don't have any notes saying whether we're opposed. Our defense counsel informed me that this was a material term in the agreement when it was made with the previous chief. And it's not a requirement by the contract or anywhere else. So just to
Thank you,
clarify.
Judge.
But
Next time I want one for me. Oh, this is your reminder, Judge, the ACTLA banquet's next month. Okay.
Thanks, Doug.
All right. I assume that. So I maybe my mom. Jamie, parent.
Yeah, I mean,
they usually come down. Well, they'll let you know when you come back.
As long as you know that.
It's kind of what's happening.
Just make sure, but it's just.
And if you're bond.
Oh, let's do that here. Because
If you have any questions like bond wishes to talk to return, you're going to ask.
Might take a minute.
yeah, that's okay. Here, I guess it's. Is that way you don't get on separate different lists?
It's just,
Is that my name?
it's just, it should be this one.
Just one time? I
Yeah,
don't
just one
know.
time. Yeah, just one time.
So it's. And then that one time.
Yeah, that's one time and then.
My name.
Yeah, then,
Okay.
short time.
Yeah. Okay,
That should be.
thanks. Oh, Frederick.
Yes.
You had. Smiley.
Yeah, yeah. We were there yesterday, but we left felony court. He didn't check in with your court. I told him to come down there and wait for me till I finished. I get down there, he's gone. I mean, he never showed up or, and I guess I wasn't clear.
What are we
But,
doing with Mr. Smiley's case regardless?
Okay, here we go. I got the mitigation package already been turned in to the felony. They're, deciding what they want to do. An alternative, if they don't approve it, we have a plea. So we have a resolution one way or the other when we come back to court. April 29th.
Is that on the 29th?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll set you for the same day. On that day, it's here as well, plea or trial.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, we'll have it resolved that day, one way or the other.
Okay, we got you.
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
You're good. All right. Bye.
See you later. Sylvia.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
Judge, I'm here on Guillermo Gonzalez case.
Okay,
So the PTI was accepted. My client was accepted to do the DWI PTI, and he is scheduled for the TRAS on the 14th of this month, April 14th.
is he here now?
No, Your Honor, you waive his presence. Last time we were there.
He was supposed to be here so he can go do the TRAS. Right?
Sylvia?
Yeah,
No, so he was waived yesterday, but because she never reset the case with me, I
Oh.
set today.
got it. Okay. So he has an appointment for the TRAS on the 14th. I guess we'll just leave it on that day then. Do you want to leave it on that day or do you want to bring him in early to get it done?
Whatever the court says, Your Honor.
It doesn't matter to me, Sylvia, whatever you want. Dealer's choice.
Let's do the 14th so he doesn't have to lose another day of work.
Okay,
Perfect. So I'll tell him to be there on the 14th earlier, and then he has his TRAS in the afternoon, and then he can do
well,
everything the same day.
can we set it for the 15th just so that we know he went?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Let me just
Set it
look at
for-
my calendar real quick, Your Honor. Give me
Just so that we know he went, and then assuming that we did, we'll set you like 2 weeks after for you guys to get everything done. Huh?
Perfect, sir. I'll be there on the 15th.
Okay,
We will be there, him and I, okay?
got it.
Thank you, Your
Hey.
Honor.
Did you hear that?
No, what day was it?
15th, has the TRAS on the 14th. We'll set it on the 15th to ensure that he went.
Okay.
And then after that, assuming we did, then we'll set it off another couple weeks for him to get the contract TRAS and off, or the contract and all that stuff. Okay, Sylvia, we got you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused,
Okay.
sir?
See, take care.
You as
Bye.
well. Bye.
You get first judge.
180 days. But he should be filling out an affidavit. Did he, is he, do you have an affidavit to fill out? Yes. Did you give him a financial? Come up, sir. We need to give you a financial affidavit to fill out. Okay.
I was approaching on Mr. Lemonius. He's in
Oh, yeah,
custody.
yeah.
Lemonius.
Lemonius. I'll hit you up next, Harold.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, don't worry about it. Okay. Tell me about it.
This is a fugitive case. He's wanted out of Escambia County, Florida for assault battery.
Only burglary with assault.
Oh, burglary with assault battery.
Felony, burglary, assault, and battery. Okay.
But I believe it's one charge, not multiple. And he has asked me to ask the court for a bond. A fugitive
Okay.
bond.
Do you mind bringing him out? Echegoyen, please. Lemonias. Please. I saw a day here earlier. What happened? You took off already? Okay. I'm not saying anything on you. Harold, talk to me while we're waiting.
Page 24, it's a BVR.
I can't hear you. Do you mind hitting maybe the, well, we've heard other people,
Yeah,
right?
it's him.
It's you. I can't hear you. You want to restart your computer or take out the buds? I cannot hear you.
Hang on 1 second.
There, say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Is my AirPods not working? So Judge, I'm here for Miss Washington. She's got a bond violation. You're hearing me,
Come up,
right?
Miss Washington.
Judge, I think the allegations tested positive for THC, but I think we're close in time to the arrest date still. It was February 3rd.
I ordered you not to use illegal drugs. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. Do you understand? I will give you the time from the date of your arraignment here, a sufficient amount of time to have passed. If I find it, it's not going to go well for you. She was arraigned and ordered on her conditions February 10th. So I will give 50 days from that time. If you test positive after that, it's not going to go well for you. Do not use. So look. It's already been past the 50 days, Harold. I don't know what to tell you. She's using.
Well, Judge, but if it's February the 10th, right, you have, that's 18 days left in February, and then it would still be another.
50 days would be March 17th.
50 days from February the
Or
10th?
at the latest, the 24th.
I don't doubt you. There's a website I go to because I'm terrible at this calculating days things.
You're using. You're using. And I ordered you not to.
Like, my court date was on the, and it was.
I arraigned you and ordered you not to use as of February 10th. We are now April 4th.
But Judge, the positive test was on March the 25th, I believe. I think it's what the letter said.
Yes, but I ordered her not to use on February 10th.
So Judge, I just went to this website to calculate the days from February the 10th to March 25th, and it's coming back 43 days. I realize it's just a week, but from 50.
If you want a week, I'll give you a week out of courtesy. You're to come back here in a week and test.
It should be on my.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, Ms. Washington.
Oh,
Well,
that's gonna, okay.
I'll bring you back in a week, man. Take a seat. All right, I'll bring her back in a week, Harold.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I appreciate
You
it.
got it.
I know she appreciates it.
Is exactly a week from today good for you?
I'm gonna be in Fort Bend County again, but
You can always Zoom.
sure, I only have one person that day, so, that'll be the 11th.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we got it.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you so much, Judge. My excuse.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all have a good weekend. Thank you.
Probably, since we looked at them last time, so.
All right, coming up. Mr. Limones?
Yes, sir.
Limones, good morning, sir.
Sir.
Your lawyer is asking for me to set you a bond. I don't know. I've never met you before. All I know is that you have a charge out of Florida and that you have some criminal history out of here. And that's quite concerning because the last thing I want to do is to give you a bond and you go out there and leave a wake of destruction on the way to Florida. I have enough trouble sleeping as it is. That's not what I want. So it's really hard sometimes to figure out who should we give a bond to, who should we not give a bond to.
Understandable, sir.
So State, tell me about him.
Yes, Judge. He's wanted out of Escambia County, Florida for felony burglary with assault or battery. State's asking for no bond in this case. This was issued, while it was issued March of this year. We're concerned about the facts around this case. It seems that the complaining witness on this case knew the defendant in some kind of relationship, family unit. In this case, complaining witness was inside a car. Defendant went to the driver's side of the car, opened the door, grabbed the female by the legs and dragged her out of the car. Put her in something, just like a full Nelson. So we're concerned about the danger to this complaining witness in this case. Furthermore, we're concerned about the criminal history related to this defendant. He does have a bond forfeiture out of our court. He's also been a previous out-of-county fugitive from Galveston. He has some other criminal history.
Does he have anything else open anywhere else?
He had a criminal mischief that he was convicted of in 2021 out of Galveston, a resisting arrest from 2019 out of Brazoria. He had a probation revocation in 2019 for Brazoria, DWI 2nd, 2019 for Jefferson County. He had an evading motor vehicle from Harris County deferred revoked in 2016 because he had picked up 2 new cases, one which was a DWI from 2016. That's all I have, y'all.
Judge, the complaining witness in the open case, she's here today in court. I know we don't want to get bogged down in the facts, but she is here today. And yes, he does have some history, but most of it's over 5 years old. Nothing too recent.
Criminal mischief is 2 years old out of Galveston, right? You said it's 21 or?
2021.
2021, so that's 4 years, sorry, I rounded up. So he's not had any contact with law enforcement for 4 years. He's working as a tanker. He works, changing out the seals in the tanks. If he is allowed to pay the fugitive bond, go to Florida and resolve this, then that helps him keep his job.
I don't know. I mean, I truly don't, because while he's got some criminal history, it's not a couple of years ago, but it's a new case, and is it 1 felony? Is it 2 felonies?
It is 1 felony. It's burglary with assault or battery. This is the name of the charge. I do also want to mention on the warrant, it says no contact with the alleged victim. So.
They're telling you not to have contact with the victim, and here,
That's okay. Speak your mind.
Let me say something, Judge.
Don't talk about the case because they can use it against you, but
She's not under the court order. If she wants to come, it's only him that has to stay away from her. I did not realize that.
Did you want to say something?
Do I need to say it to you? I don't know who I.
Just don't talk about the facts of the case in Florida. That's all we're going to say, because anything you say there, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, they can use against you. You know, I live stream proceedings, so,
Yeah.
you know, people may see it.
If we want to step back in there and you can tell me whatever you need to tell me, I just don't want to.
Sure.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Seven flags, first flag, so they. Something they. And then explain that she used the aggressor in that. They don't present that. Yeah, like. So this is the. All of the centuries that I'm finding.
Was Carl just here? Yeah. So why is it doing that?
She's in jail.
Yes, he is.
He's in jail, sir.
Yes.
So he will receive dismissal or bonds. We're not. Judge, on Kenny's alive, once you sign a jail release instruction, are you gonna release it?
No, so isn't it the next day that they get released? I think it's like the next day. So we got to do the bond. The bond will be for Monday, I think. And that's because we have to give them time and notice to come pick them up, you know?
Yes, sir.
It's not immediate. So
Well,
it's
the jail release
always
instructions would be.
for Monday.
The next business day, so I think they still release on
I don't know if they work
Saturdays.
on, do they work on Saturdays?
They work on Saturday.
You sure?
Yeah, some. If not, they'll just do Monday, but.
But then that's not on the order then. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let me see. Let me
They release on Saturday.
Was the jail?
Jail release instructions on Saturdays.
If they're picking up, yeah. All correct, 24 hours a day, we can be releasing instructions. As long as the person picking up is aware of what they intention.
Okay, I'll go to the constraining the lower bounds.
Yeah.
See if he can.
Hey, Judge, on page 24 of Washington, what did Harold, you talk
Okay,
about?
so I'm resetting it to next Friday to do another drug test. So she must appear next Friday
On Friday?
The jail.
for a drug test for an, yes. No, we said Friday, full week. No, definitely not.
Okay, what about his?
No,
Okay, fine.
please.
Washington? Uh-huh. It doesn't matter, she's just on the third court.
Sure, they're following me like, hey,
It's always so confusing. I don't know why. It's not your fault. It's always so damn
If I send the
confusing.
court directive saying to release only to the mental health,
Correct.
center, they're gonna say, we still need to put him on bond status or the case.
Right, but so we do. Felicia, how do we do the bond again for the jail release?
So what I can do is do a special release bond if we do a PR bond.
Right, that's what it is.
And I will generate it, get it all going the day before. And then I will email our PSD
See,
team
that's why it has to be done the day before.
to have
So it's for
them
tomorrow.
file the bond early in the morning so that they get released around 2 p.m. to the Harris Center.
Happen for tomorrow, even if it's Saturday?
I believe so, but let me reach out first to them.
I didn't think so, but you tell me, I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we have, Rachel working in the jails on that day. However, I'm not
Sure
sure
we
about
do.
the Harris.
Of course we
Center
do.
pickup.
It's 24 hours. So
Yeah, I'm just not sure about the Harris Center. So let
I can
me,
call the Harrison real quick.
yeah, because I don't know who to reach out to for that.
Okay, I was signing everything in there, Trey.
Hey, Judge, over, you know?
Yeah.
Mr. Reyes, where's the right answer? I don't think I got all the.
Can you do bail order on Strada as well?
Yes, right. That's the other one. Okay.
I forget, I'm gonna try back in there. Not just, just look at shower. Yeah, keep other previous one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is. That was the last one.
Yes, what you did.
Here's toward raise is the financial update.
Okay. You want to, who's the bail order on?
Bail order on Jose Estrada. The one we took in on the DWR, we picked up the new one.
That would be, yeah, the DWI. Okay. 5,000.
And he made a surety on the other.
Right, that's why I'm not gonna revoke. 'Cause I actually-
Yeah, back with us, what he said.
Yeah, I'm just that's my personal one.
Well, that one is fine, don't need that one, I just take you sell that, that's a lie, yes, okay, give me one second.
Were there two separate ones? Or was there like one that's different or do you? Was it different?
No, I put another one for that first one.
Go on, go. So they're both the same. Okay, I'll just, I'll just choose, yeah.
Can we reapproach Judge? Okay.
Every time he has a floor.
Just, Okay.
Judge, real quick,
And then. Doesn't.
Okay.
Okay, Judge, without getting too bogged down in the details, of the fugitive or the underlying case. My client also is an Army veteran with an honorable discharge. He's 100% disability from the VA. If you give him a fugitive bond, he's gonna go back to Florida. Because he's got too much to lose if he doesn't.
Is he on bond for this or is it to be?
I believe it's a 2B.
To be, the state of Florida is requesting no bond until first appearance.
Say it again?
State of Florida is requesting no bond until first appearance.
Uh, Mr. Lemonius, I will give you an opportunity to go turn yourself in. But I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not gonna do this again.
Sir.
Everybody tells me that. Everybody tells me if I had one strand of hair, every time someone told me, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. The actions speak louder than words. You telling me this means absolutely nothing because you have rich criminal history, man. And now you got a new case in another state and you're here. So you telling me it's not gonna, I mean, really, at what point is it gonna take for you to realize that, you know, if you have anger issues, you need to address it. If you have substance abuse issues, you need to address it. If you truly are a veteran, there are services available for you to be able to deal with these things. It's a matter of you wanting to do it, you taking the initiative and being proactive before they put your ass in jail and force you to do it. Is that what it's going to take?
Sir.
Everybody tells me that until they're wearing orange like you are now. Courts really notice when people take proactive, meaning they do stuff on their own to try to address any issues. really goes a long way. Now, as far as a bond is concerned, I'm not giving you a low bond, but I will set you a bond. I'm going to set you a $5,000 bond, okay? If you do make it, we give you 2 weeks from your release to go turn yourself into Florida. If you fail to do it, you are old enough to understand that actions have consequences. And I'm telling you now, I will not do this again. You ever pick up a new case, if you fail to turn yourself in here, I will revoke the bond. I'm going to set it at 0. Like I said, you won't get another one. And this time I will hold you. And I tell you now, we've had cases where it takes damn near 90 days to get Florida to come down here to pick someone up. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Your Honor, I will note Dave is coming. Dave's coming up in 3 minutes besides.
Okay. All right. So so you can put it back for now. Let me see what Dave has to say. I don't know if he has anything that's going to change my mind, but we'll see. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Calmate, che.
Trayvon.
Yeah.
That's totally.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, so.
Judge, he tested positive, which we knew he would.
Cocaine and alcohol, Judge.
Goes with you. It's unacceptable, man. No.
I explained to him already that that's probably gonna be the
And
consequence.
I'm telling you now that I'm assuming that you'll bond out. I'm now going to test you like crazy to ensure that you're not using. If I find that you do, you will continue over and over and over. Do you understand? Okay, it goes with you.
Judge, the new bonds are gonna be set at what?
5,001 each.
5,000 each?
5,001 each.
Each, okay. I also, have Rochelle Rogers.
Judge, she tested positive for amphetamines. However, she did indicate to pretrial that she did have a prescription for,
Rochelle
Adderall.
Rogers.
Oh,
She has a prescription for Adderall. She provided it to the people of the testing.
okay.
So that's why she tested positive.
I don't know if that's something that we'll have to look at to see if it's something that she would test positive for. Come up, Mr. Rogers. So on Frazier, 5,001 each. Yeah, and then I'll do the bail orders here momentarily. I don't know who in you have this life that's willing to bond you out repeatedly if you violate conditions. History will tell us how these cases have gone. You're not to use alcohol. You're not to use illegal drugs. You're not to go back to this house. If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond and I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand?
So,
Judge, she's been in this court before for criminal trespass before in 2022. That case.
Many times. And
I know.
we've had many times that we've had to revoke her bond for one.
Stan, I didn't know if you remembered or not, just wanted to make sure you did. This is for an incident. Subsequent to that, obviously, but I've talked to her and I haven't received discovery yet, but she doesn't drink alcohol and she doesn't do drugs that she doesn't have a prescription for. And she did provide prescription for Adderall.
I don't know if you have or if you're allowed to have access to the kids. That's the main crux of this thing, I think, is lies with the children. But if there's an order for you not to have access to the children, then don't. Because if you do something contrary to the family court order, that's going to be a whole new mess in and of itself. So as it stands now, I don't want you to go to this house and I don't want you to have contact with the complaining witnesses in any cases. It's mom and dad, right?
Stepfather.
Stepfather, Your Honor.
Also, what about mom as well? No?
I don't think she's listed.
Not certain, Your Honor. I apologize.
The stepfather and the children are the ones that were listed in the report. Actually, I haven't seen the report. It has been very little released to the
In a couple of
board.
years since I've seen it, so that's why I can't remember.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no blood relation.
Beg pardon?
There's no blood relation between stepfather and my children.
The stepfather has no blood relation with her children.
All right.
One of the children is 23 years old, so that one.
Then they're an adult.
They're an adult.
Do what they want.
The other one is this, at the Sunnygate address is 12 years old. So you
I
don't
guess,
want.
I don't know, take a look to see if you can, what their orders are for as far as
Yeah, we'll probably have-
visitation or custody. So
probably
that,
give them court order to release CPS records, but you don't
Yeah.
have.
okay.
I didn't see anything on for CPS records.
I don't have anything at the moment, Your Honor.
They're not gonna have anything yet. It's just too early.
Until we get a court order. And whatever you have, please release it because it showed nothing under the files.
Doing that now.
Okay.
Apologies.
All right.
Apologies on that.
Okay, thanks.
Appearance waive for the next thing. Yep. Have a seat.
And are you ready?
Yes.
Guess what? Guess what?
Judge, for Mr. Fraser, you said you wanted Monday, Thursday testing, the event he wants out.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Good morning, or good afternoon, whatever it is.
What happened, Dave? Are you
So
upset with?
late, Judge, I didn't, I missed that you set a $5,000 bond on Hannah's other client.
Look, I didn't see very much violent history. I saw that this is yes, but it's been 5 years since he's gotten in trouble. Do you have something to add? I'm all ears.
Well, I let Amy prepare it, so I'm gonna just let sleeping dogs lie. I just, yeah.
I didn't see much violent history. I saw DWI, I saw an dating, but those back in 15 and 16, you know.
It was I mean, it's already done, so it's, at this point,
Do you have something that's truly aggravating that would give cause for concern?
well,
I know the facts of this case, right?
well, the argument I would have leaned more towards is not the, necessarily the physical danger, but it's the flight risk of it and the aggravating circumstances of what he's wanted for, but,
Hey.
yeah.
If you run, can't run forever. We'll get you eventually, number one. And the worst part about the case that I saw, gets out of the car, puts her in a full Nelson. I didn't have anything more than that, you know, there was no blood, there's no, you know, the history was, you know.
It was more flight risk and the fact that one of the conditions, well, if we're talking about the warrant.
It was a 2B.
It was a 2B and one of the conditions they asked was no contact, was my understanding, the complainant's in the gallery.
But she came on her own accord.
No, I understand, but it's the same as domestics here is, I understand that there are obviously willing complainants or recanting
Evelyn
complainants, but in
Garcia?
the domestic part of things.
But if it's a 2B, he hasn't been ordered by the court. So he doesn't know,
No, I know, and I
he's
wasn't.
not on notice.
No, my argument wasn't, he wasn't violating any bond conditions. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is if one of the concerns, right, is that they would go out of their way to put it in the teletype and to the warrant to us, that it is a concern that they have contact, is one of the things that would facilitate and ensure the no contact instead of him being free and odds, cash in my pocket
I
says,
assume so.
Yes.
right, but cash in my pocket.
And Anna's gonna let him know,
So-
so that he now knows.
But anyway, all that said is, it's already done, so I'll move to the next.
Okay, Mr. Pena, thank you for smoothing that over. He would like to ask the court for a fugitive bond. I told him it was a long shot, but I was not going to presume to speak for the court.
We need to bring someone out. Please, Pena, please.
You and Ricardo are getting some.
Hey, Vic, do you want to go through the list? Or no? You're not ready?
Well, you weren't here yesterday.
That's true. That's true. I'm also wildly sleep deprived. It wasn't too bad last night. It was a steady flow. Not too bad. Just a little tired. Yeah. It's good fun.
Three on one, two, yes. Two subjects. Brad.
Did you want to go over to
Yeah.
page 5, Davis? Seth or Raymond failed to appear first time.
Right.
2501.
Right, page 7, Estrada, you took a man, how much is that?
5001 on the DWI.
Ready for the next one?
No, give me 1 second. Let me finish the bail order. Okay, who's next?
Next judge is page 13, Jenkins. Seth or Raymond failed to appear first time.
2501. Okay. I'm not happy with you, you know, and the thing is that Mr. Pena, since you've been an adult, you've picked up 1 to 2 cases every year. It would scare me to let you out because I don't know what you're going to do. The last thing I want is for me to let you out and you leave just a path of destruction like the Tasmanian devil. You now have a DWI here. You're wanted for 3 charges in, where was it again?
Indiana.
In Indiana. You know, you're hopscotching states with criminality. And you're only 23. I don't feel comfortable giving you a bond because I don't think that you will comply with the court orders. Sure, just don't talk about the cases.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about, sir, believe me, I understand where you come from, because it's probably not the first time you see it, but, my cases are not, never hurting nobody. I'm not a menace to society.
What else was it?
Your Honor, it's fraud, identity deception, forgery, corrupt business influence,
But nothing with, oh, no disrespect to you, I promise, no disrespect, but nothing that has, that I hurt somebody or make somebody do that they didn't want to, or like.
Have an open DWI.
For doing a favor.
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, sorry.
You know, if you go out there and you kill a family of 4, do you think, well, he was going to try to help someone? Do you think they care?
Like, I was asking her, I was like, at least, because my mom, it's the Indiana case is like 14 hours if I'm not mistaken, and well, my mama don't got enough money to be going back and forth. So that's why I was asking her. I'm like, if he, I'll do anything that however he feels comfortable, like however you want. I was like, can he at least put me a monitor to drive with my mom over there at least one time? Because I haven't seen my mama, and I'm not gonna be able to see my mama if I end up going all the way to Indiana, because she don't got enough funds to even go over there like every week. And sir, like, believe me, I'm not
Least
no
of
bad
my
person.
concern is whether you get to see your mom. You know what I mean?
Understandable. No, that's understandable. No
My
disrespect.
only concern is that you get to Indiana to
Yes, sir.
charges.
Yes, sir.
Now, the problem is that you refused extradition. So you aren't even earning credit now toward, because when someone waives extradition, we give that other state 14 days to come get you.
Yes, sir.
And if they don't come get you,
Yes, sir.
then Harris County releases you.
Yes, sir.
Right? The warrant don't go
They don't.
away.
Yes,
That warrant will also remain.
Yes, sir.
But at this point, I just don't feel comfortable giving you a bond, Mr. Pena. You know, you're just too young. You keep picking up criminal cases, and it scares me.
Well, can we come to like an understanding? Like, let's just say let's just say I do suppose, like, however you think that I'm finna do, I'm eventually I'm gonna come back, and I'll do more time than I have to. But I'm giving you my word that
I don't feel comfortable,
You don't
Mr.
feel
Pena.
that's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Because the
Judge.
problem is that with the cases that you had with us, I also had to revoke your bond on those cases when you were just here with us.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
you failed to appear on one of your cases, and that's just here in Harris County. On one of the gun cases, you took off and we had to issue a warrant for your arrest.
No. Okay.
And Judge,
The bond's
just,
at 1,001.
okay, just if I may, I believe both of the gun cases were ultimately dismissed.
One was dismissed, the other one.
One was not.
Oh, okay. I apologize for my misunderstanding. I thought they both.
So he probably pled to one where they dismissed the other one.
Okay.
He was on bond and he picked up a new case. That's what it.
No, it was a
No.
year after. But actually, in part of housekeeping, if you wanted to go forward with the 2-year rule, or if you didn't want to.
Okay. So his DWI is in court 15. I don't know if they're gonna send that back because of the.
We killed the 2-year rule.
Oh.
Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it
Okay.
like when was it, like a month ago or so?
Oh,
Yeah, so there's no
So
more.
it's okay then.
Okay.
It's still like all fresh and new. We have to update the court rules, but as far as
Okay.
the 2-year rules now, gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because the problem is that judges would get too, you'd end up seeing the same people over and over, and then is it really fair because you end up, right? You
That makes
start
sense.
developing a relationship and you start treating them differently as you would.
Right.
So that's why. So now you refused. I'm not going to give you a bond. So you have two options. You can, if you want to continue to refuse, they will go get a governor's warrant from Indiana to forcing Indiana to come get you, but that will take 90 days. If you want to waive now, you can waive now, and give them 14 days to come get you. I'll let you talk with Anna to make the decision to let you know what you want to do.
And he did sign the waiver, just,
Oh, okay, all right.
so.
Got it.
Time started yesterday.
I just started.
Right now,
So they'll have.
the time that you waive,
they'll have-
which is right now.
Yeah, I had signed the paper yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I sure did. Cause she said it starts at 12, that day that I signed my paper.
Okay.
It's up to them whether they want to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, at
No, it
first,
shows a refusal.
at first it was I had signed for the 90 days, and she said tomorrow you got an option to tell your lawyer that you could change your mind tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I was like, when did the day start? She's like, tonight at 12.
Refusal.
Yeah, so they'll have until the 18th.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, man. No, you can
Yeah.
worry about it. I appreciate you.
Okay.
You're doing your job. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Judge.
Okay.
And take care. It's Morgan. Ready?
It doesn't feel like a Friday, Judge. It feels like a Monday. I didn't realize it.
Ready?
Yes, I have the Nunez.
Nunez. In custody or on bond?
De Mejia, sorry. De Mejia Nunez.
Mejia.
Well, it started with DE, so I'm not sure it's.
Okay. So he picked up a new DWI.
From what I understand, he has two. One from 2021, 2022. I think he had just bond forfeited. I'm not sure there's a third.
No, okay, so it looks like there's an ice hold. Both cases are at 7502. So I will do whatever you want to do. If you want to look through discovery, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then we can come back and you make a decision, then however you want.
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Just have a little bit
Or
more
you
time to get
can,
it.
however much time you want here, it's yours.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
thanks.
All right.
Judge, can I step one case with you?
Yeah. What's the cost number?
249-079.
That's not one. 249
0790.
0790. Okay.
He absconded from probation.
You sure want?
How much do you want?
No, we're trying to figure out the pickup for it.
Okay. Tested positive for marijuana and then he stopped reporting after that.
10,004.
Okay.
Are you gonna file a motion?
Yeah, I'm about to do it right now.
10,004.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Judge, ready?
Give me 1 second. Let me just finish with Frazier.
Yeah. Inmate charge.
Oh, she told me, so that's still very good.
Court 6 is summoning a court, please. So I'll be right back.
Yes.
Okay, Vic, you ready?
On page 3 and 4, Bennett came back from drug testing.
Okay.
Judge, that was THC
Come up, Mr. Bennett.
and oxycodone.
AJ?
Oh. You point him something?
No, you didn't tell me. I didn't know if it was THC.
Okay, we'll send him home with an application then. Could bring him back next week. You are not to use alcohol, illegal drugs. You're either, we're going to do this the easy way or we're going to do this the hard way. Oxy is one of the most strongest, most powerful, addicting drugs that you can take. I'm telling you, I'm going to test you now 2 times a week to ensure that you're not using. The next time you will stay with me. Do you understand?
So
I'm giving you the ability now to do it on your own. If you're incapable, then you will do it with me. You understand?
Judge, was that Monday, Thursdays?
Yes. We will give you an application for an appointed lawyer. It's now nearly 1 o'clock. Everyone's but gone. So when we come back, fill it out and I can appoint you a lawyer, but don't use. I'm going to test you again like crazy. You understand? You're not to be in possession of weapons as well. If you don't have a license, don't drive. Don't have car insurance as well. Don't drive. That is also a bond condition. I'm not asking much from you. You understand? All right. See you Monday.
Can you do a no PC form on Sean?
Who?
The Sean.
Did I not?
No, I mean.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah,
So we would bring that application back to Monday.
Oh, we're
So that you can have
okay, the two cent. Oh.
fill it out from the side. Why did you hire her?
Did we miss someone?
So you can hire your.
No. She got reset, right?
Yeah,
That's,
I already got a name change and everything.
Well, hold on, let's move.
It was Greg.
Lois, Greg.
Yeah, Greg already talked with her.
And then the son's here. Let me make sure we get a reset and then we'll.
Oh, was it pre-trial form? Or, 'cause I didn't have any states for state form. So this did, Cordona, was that, pre-trial bond conditions for states?
No, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I may have forgotten to tell him to do something. Hey, state, can you do me a favor on Pardon? Can you do no 911 calls unless it's a true emergency, please? I forgot to tell you to do that. Please. Cardone, not to make any 911 calls unless it's a true emergency.
Yes, Your Honor.
I forgot to tell you guys that.
Well, that one. Didn't see or for. No, we haven't received anything today.
We'll see you Monday. Yes.
All right, Judge, next is page 17, Morris, except for arraignment fell to appear first time.
Say it again?
Morris, on page 17.
2501.
Right. Page 18, Ortiz, except for arraignment fell to appear first time.
2501. Rogers,
Yes, 19 and 20.
2501 on both.
Page,
Stone,
yes,
5002.
Via.
Hey, Felicia,
Yes, Judge?
Great House,
Uh-huh.
you guys have something that can show him in a car?
They just attached the report to the email if they did.
I didn't see whether they did. I didn't. So if they did, great.
Because it does show like a little window camera when they go into the.
Wonderful. Okay, great.
I can double check and make sure it's
No, no, I mean, if they did, great. I just didn't have the time to really look.
He's on for Monday.
I'm putting him on for Monday, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's right there.
Let me know when you get the conditions on, right on. Okay, who's after Stone?
That was the last one. We have someone that walked in about the motions to store property. We spoke to him a couple of weeks ago and he came back.
Come up, sir. What you got?
Oh, it's right there. He told me to come up and order.
You have to file it with the clerk's office and then.
I filed it already.
Real quick, just to
So he came in with the paperwork last time and he saw it was already filed. Todd Overstreet called about it. And I don't know if they're on the same page about Todd approaching.
Do you have a lawyer with the case?
Yeah, yeah, but I told him, he told me I could come represent myself because he was trying to charge me like $700 to do it. So he said I could do it myself. He said I just have to bring the papers up here and just get them signed.
So any motions I have to give to the state to see whether they're in agreement or not in agreement. I also want to see proof of purchase as well.
Yeah, I gave her the receipt.
So
yeah, I did most.
Last time he was looking at one, but another one, he said he wasn't gonna sign because it was a part of the plea agreement with the weapon forfeiture.
Is it in the queue or is it? Or what's the cause number?
Yeah, but I have both of the receipts on my phone.
What's your last name, sir?
Hughes.
First name?
Malik, M-A-L-I-K.
Okay. Case number 2522. 465. It was a dismissal agreement.
Was there an agreement to forfeit the case as part of it?
I think that's what Blaze said, but
On which one? State, there's two cases here. At least one of them, there was part of the agreement was to forfeit the gun. I'm assuming. Is that right? Did you get the cost number?
I did not get the cause number, Your Honor.
Ready?
Yes.
2522-465.
Thank you, Your Honor. 2522-465.
Yeah.
It was part of the agreement for the one out of 2024, Your Honor. Let me verify that it was actually a signed contract.
There's one that ends in 6 and one that ends in 5.
Yes, Your Honor. The one that ends in 6.
That one was.
Weapon was part of the agreement that was contemplated.
Okay.
However, I don't
The
have
other
a
one.
contract to show that. I don't have a contract.
Well, it's always part of the agreement regardless. That's what
Yes,
they
Your
put it, is, you know? What about the other one?
The other, Your Honor, that was dismissed. This one was dismissed, not for PTI agreement, Your Honor, the one that ends in 5. That one was dismissed for, proof beyond a reasonable doubt, subject to refile. Looks like the state would not have.
Do you have the serial number for the one that's on the one that's ending in 65?
Ending in 65, Your Honor.
That's the newer case.
Yes, Your Honor. Let me
You
see.
guys can just take a look. We mind verifying the serial number matches with the receipt, and then if so, I'm gonna give him that gun.
Yes, Your Honor.
But not the other one. Just give me a couple minutes, take a seat. I want to match the guns with the serial number on the
On the receipt?
I'm gonna give it to you. If it matches, But on the old one, part of the agreement was that you would forfeit the weapon in exchange for the dismissal.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm gonna keep to that agreement.
So
Okay.
there are two different types of firearms.
Yes, sir.
So the one that was forfeited, the weapon that was forfeited was a Smith and Wesson M&P 5.7 handgun. And then the case that that was dismissed for
New one.
that we
That's
believed
Glock 29.
we didn't have proof of our elements. Or, it was based on the stop. The belief is that the stop was bad. But it was a Glock 27. Is that
29.
29?
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you.
Is the serial number matching on the receipt with the gun that they took?
I'm looking at that. I just didn't know if that would clarify.
Definitely does.
So the forfeited handgun serial number is PJM 0027.
So that's,
Barbara Rosenberg,
No, that's the,
come on up, ma'am.
that's the Smith and Wesson.
Yeah, it should be two receipts, Judge.
I see it.
The Glock 29 owner, I'm looking for a serial number right now. I don't see a serial number.
There's one on the receipt, but it all should say.
It should say if they're.
So the serial number for the Glock is not reflected in the.
Unless it's.
I mean, there's an 18 number here. I'm not sure if it's a serial number. 8THN 055. See, that looks like a separately tagged item.
Calling 911.
Vic, was there anything? Oh, sorry.
No, Judge, Greg is still working on something.
You're stuck with me.
Everything, what, you need any help with anything?
I got nothing. I'm trying to get, we haven't gotten the eval date back yet.
Just, Mr. Hughes, just take a seat from me for a second while we try to verify everything.
We haven't gotten the eval date back, and then we have the guy that needs the Harris Center to pick him up. That's still being worked on too.
Okay.
But I think we're almost done.
If, I mean, I don't want to rush into this thing. So if you want to take over the weekend to take a look, you know, there's got to be a way.
Might be able to.
There's got to be a way that we can.
I might be able to look at the serial number.
I'm ledged in, remember, so.
Okay.
Why don't we set this off to Monday or Tuesday next week, and then we'll take your time over the weekend. I want to make sure that everything verifies and matches, right?
The serial number that was provided, is that on D? Is that?
It's in the motion.
It's in the motion.
Yeah, if you look in deeds, his motion has a copy of the receipt, which is what we look for, you know, and so you should be able to match that Glock, because it says Glock /N829, and then it gives a specific serial number for 10mm semi-automatic.
I've been waiting on.
So,
No.
When that's not any.
for nothing or.
I have conditions for her, Greg. I have conditions for Ms. Bosenberg to sign now,
Okay.
if she's ready.
Judge,
Let's
for
say the 21st.
Melvin Garcia, I had him sign his conditions, but for some reason Deeds was giving me an issue because you had signed first, which normally isn't a problem. So could you remove your signature so that I could, Melvin Garcia, although I did send him away already.
I unsign it, his signature is still gonna be there.
No, his signature never captured because it was giving me an issue because you already signed. Melvin Garcia.
Hey, we need to get Melvin Garcia back.
No, I'm gonna have him try to sign at 49 San Jacinto.
Oh, okay.
But in order to do that, I just have to
I'll
have
sign-
your.
Okay, I'll sign it now.
Thank you.
Yeah, got him in that. Got him here.
Nowhere.
Nowhere?
Well.
I signed. I signed.
Well, I'm saying that. They should come get us to stop it.
So I want them to match the gun with the serial number. It's gonna take a little bit more time. If you want to pick a day next week, we can set it for that day. Whatever day you want, we can come back. Whatever day you want. I don't care. Is that, can we put it for an actual setting or no?
So he's not on docket, so he just shows up whenever.
Can you leave a note so that we don't forget so that it gets done?
Yeah, as soon as it's verified, we'll be able to have an answer documented, so we can give a quick answer.
All right.
All right.
Let me just call you back on this. Nope. No.
We just need to verify that they'll come up tomorrow.
We're good on this.
I don't know if it's gonna happen tomorrow, you know?
If it happens Monday, it happens Monday.
I think we should just do it Monday. We know it'll definitely get done.
All right, you want me to roll on the Monday?
That's great. Garcia?
Yeah. I would say so.
I don't know.
Yeah. What's the work on it? We're
We're
gonna move that to Monday to make sure it gets done the
This is a
right.
lie, I want to move it to Monday.
Let me, who got Johnson? You got Johnson?
I haven't even talked to him yet. This is going to get tested.
So I just had him tested. I want to know what he's, quite the history with this guy. He's got 2 open cases in Galveston. Now he's got more with us.
So we're rolling?
It's a Monday.
Okay, I'll keep the jail release instructions for Monday.
Okay.
So once he signs it on Monday, then you'll be released on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to release it for the Harris Center to pick them up.
On Monday?
Or no, I mean, it's going to happen when it happens at this point. I mean, it's not.
I know it's probably going to happen on Tuesday because the thing is you have to have it the day after. They can't do it the day of. So, you know, if we do it today to Saturday, I'm afraid that they're just going to let him out. No one's going to be able to pick him up. And then he goes out, he just wanders the streets. Right. So it's safer to do it on a Monday, or that way we get all the paperwork ready Monday and they actually plan to pick him up Tuesday.
Yeah, he says he has an aunt, Your Honor. He can't provide me the number.
I think that'll be Roman. Okay, Felicia.
Yes, Judge.
Come up.
Sorry?
I don't even know if I'm.
THC.
Is that it?
Yes, Judge.
Tested, so.
Well, not
I'll
great.
just I'll stand here with you just in case. Listen.
Don't what you're using. You're not allowed to use. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to test you 50 days from today. If you continue to test positive for THC, it's not going to go well for you. You pick up a new case, I'm going to freaking lose it. I will grow horns and a tail. I will be so upset. Do you want?
Yes, sir.
In life, have absolutely no self-control. And because of the loss, they continue to pick up cases. Now is the time to do soul searching. If this is the time, reflect on how to change. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because at some point, if it doesn't happen, you're going to end up catching something where you're going to be at 25 to life, and you're going to have to learn it the hard way doing some serious time.
So
We're intervening now to try to prevent that from happening, because you're now working your what, 15th case overall. Got a great lawyer. You need to listen to him. 5, don't pick up any new cases.
yes, sir.
Don't have any way.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, money follow up. Come on, let's talk it.
Hello, Judge.
Hey.
The day's not over.
It's okay, really. It's not a big deal.
I'm here in Melvin Garcia, and he has a DWI. He has a case from 2023. I got appointed this morning.
Okay.
I was just reviewing the bond conditions, Judge, and I see that there is a GPS monitor.
I did put a monitor on him because his case is what, 25 years old?
Years old, it looks like.
Historic?
It's got a September 29th, 2023.
And like I got hieroglyphics on.
I think I've seen cases for like 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 560 days old. That's why.
Okay.
Is discovery complete on it? You know?
I believe so. Looks, everything's showing checked off.
Wonderful. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll give you 30 days. Let him know at the next time it's plea or trial, and we'll see what he wants to do.
Sounds good. All right, thank you.
Okay. Also, no driving, no drugs, no alcohol, random testing, and all the normal with it first.
All right, sounds good. I just wanted to make sure, because I know it said like no exclusion zone, but I guess I.
No, it's just so that we don't lose him. And let him know if he ever takes off again, that his bond's gonna hit the stratosphere.
Okay, sounds good, Judge.
Thank you.
Oh, well, that's the first.
Let the note on here with the purpose to get unsigned and then I'll.
Oh, do I need to unsign it? Okay.
I'll hold it for Monday and you're pending.
Yeah, he's done with me.
So when he comes back, is it no?
We're gonna have to change it regardless, because the date's gonna need to get changed.
No.
On the next call, I'm gonna say assigning.
Okay, got it. Then it'll be fine. Hey,
Go get that person. Come.
anyone else back there?
And then so, okay.
Who's in the blue? Oh, just, got it. All right, guys, done.
You're in it.
Oh, one more thing. Before you leave, I have an MRP. Do you mind signing it, please? Do you need the cost number?
All right.
Yes.
It's 249
Monday.
249.
0790.
0790. Yes.
And Judge, I got Melda Garcia to sign again, so it's not done.
I gotta tell the law that because of my Monday. Yeah, you got it.
All right, guys, we're done.